All right, we are live with the 61st annual podcast. I am joined, as always, by my Canadian host. He is 1-1. It's Tucker.
Hello.
How you doing?
You didn't like that?
Sorry, I guess you didn't hear me. I said, how you doing?
Oh, I on my end it came out as I'm like oh no.
Seems about right.
Yeah, I'm doing fine, Whole lot of grap shit.
Not enough crap shit though, because the purpose of today's episode is that Tucker has not seen Takeover yet. So we're gonna watch Takeover. I'm gonna watch it again. I have seen Takeover. I have notes, so maybe I'll be able to offer some sort of commentary. Tucker hasn't seen it before, so he's gonna give his first impressions, like we were doing it live, but we couldn't do it live. We're gonna watch Takeover 25. If you want to watch as well, alternative commentary style, just get it on the network and sync it up at zero. WWE Network, available for $9.99 a month, free for your first month. You'll get such great content as Takeover and Stomping Grounds and Super Showdown.
Ride along, right? That's the thing.
Yeah, and watch along.
Watch that,
and they're also doing something called Watch Along. But anyway, we're on the network. We're at 0 seconds. If you want to get to 0 seconds and pause it, we're going to start the show in a minute. So we're going to go on 1. So 3, 2, 1. And we're going. So I might be a bit slow to reply to some things in the show because I was unable. Maybe Tucker lied to me last time we did one of these shows, and you could all hear the thunderous tones of Mauro Ranallo. But presumably, if last time didn't have that, this time you would be able to hear the thunderous tones of Mauro Ranallo. So I decided to mute it while I'm talking. But when I'm not talking, I want to hear the thunderous tones of Mauro Ranallo. So it might take me a little while to get back on the push to talk. But hopefully, we're gonna get mostly Tucker's opinion on the show, since you haven't seen it.
You gotta love opening up with Triple H stroking the ego. No, it is genuinely impressive, though, how he took a developmental brand and made it this popular, though. Mostly because he just signed wrestlers from other places, but, he's just like his dad.
Yeah, that's true. I think that's a fair point. I do think that it is impressive, you're right, but, it's not... It's one of those things where if you try to make it... a lot of people try to make it out to be really alternative, when it's basically just culty sports with indie guys. But some of their homegrown people have been quite impressive.
Yeah, no, I think... I definitely think so. I mean, guys I'm trying to think of that stand out. I don't know, Fandango is a wrestler. That's the first guy who came to mind. Oh, God. No, Chad Gable, though. Jason Jordan, to whatever degree. There are other guys, right?
Well, there's Alexa.
Shit.
They had an indie background. A lot of them came. They needed a lot of shining up.
Ooh, my favorite wrestler, Baron Corbin.
And no joke, Baron, pretty good. Tyler.
Yeah.
You see Tyler right now?
Yeah, I see him. He's just Tyler.
So did I kind of gloss over when we previewed this card that Tyler Breeze was on it? Because I don't seem to remember having a visceral reaction to that, and it's a little surprising.
Yeah, it's kind of weird, because, are we doing the thing where people can just come back down now? But, we're not, I guess.
Well, it's always been kind of a thing, because remember Cesaro and Kid and Emma, maybe? Yeah, Emma came back down, I think. Yeah.
Yeah, but... Yeah, that's fair. Emma came back down. But I mean, I don't know why they don't do that more often then.
Well, I think people are doing it. I don't know if it's a work or whether it's a shoot that people want to come back down to NXT, but they are starting to do it a bit more often.
I assume it's probably a little bit of both.
Yeah. Tyler goes ham on Twitter. Have you seen how
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
He just... Yeah.
For people who don't know what we're talking about, we're just going... He just goes completely off the handle, the work shoot stuff, or maybe it is a shoot. I don't know.
Yeah, who knows?
So, what are you excited about on this card?
This card, Riddle.
Is that because I hyped it up, or because Roddy just sounds like a baller match on its own?
It sounds fucking great. I don't know what this opener is. I'm excited for whatever
Riddle,
it might be.
It's Riddle Roddy.
Oh, well, there you go. I didn't even know. I've heard. Oh no.
Oh yeah, she's been on comms for a little while.
Fuck's sakes.
She's not that bad because she doesn't say anything.
She's not Renee Young, who. Oh my god! Ow! That looks like it hurt. Like, stop fucking talking.
I don't have as negative of an opinion on Renee Young's commentary as you do, but she does. Renee Young hates her commentary. Have you seen that?
That's proper. She should.
Have you seen the tweets where she's like, "Yeah, it was terrible on comms," and then she went back on comms? So apparently, someone doesn't agree. I mean, I think Renee is probably the best that they have for female comms.
Yeah, I mean, it's not a high bar though. Like,
no, it's a shame AJ Lee burned all those bridges. Well, they burned all the bridges with her. She'd probably be all right.
Yeah. I think she would have been proper solid.
Why don't they just stick Alexa on commentary? Doesn't she? She doesn't wrestle anymore, does she?
Why isn't Paige on commentary?
Oh, please
Paige,
no!
But,
please no! I mean, please tell me
she can just scream it's her house every 30 seconds.
You know,
though
I'm pretty sure Paige has been on commentary.
Has she?
On SmackDown for a little while or something. I don't know.
Oh no!
Also, Undisputed Era are in 4 matches tonight, or 3 matches.
I do know that they're in fucking shambles. Like, they are in the process of breaking up.
So I've seen, because I did the catch up. They were in the process of breaking up before tonight. A lot of stuff was happening where, like, you know, they were getting involved with each other's finishes and they were still losing. And so they were like, oh, you know, I could win things on my own, but you guys are fucking everywhere. But tonight they have the opportunity to go 3-0. They can win all the titles back. You know, it could be a unifying night for Undisputed Era. You know, Riddle could get beat by Roddy here, and then Kyle and Fish could get their titles back. It's been, you know, it used to be Roddy and O'Reilly for a little while there, while Fish was injured. So back to the original team, they could get their titles back, and Adam Cole could win the title tonight.
Yeah, I mean,
and Tyler Breeze could join the Undisputed Era after winning the NA title.
What the fuck was that? It's like, oh shit, I'm sorry. It just goes back to doing whatever he was doing. Oh my god. Yeah, no. I did see the promo, I think, leading into this show or whatever, where it's them, and they're all just like, it doesn't matter what the fuck's been going on, because we're going to win everything, and it's going to be fine. If we win, if everybody wins, it will be fine. We won't even have to address our problems.
Yeah. So it could be and yeah, I guess I've been watching the backup stuff. Let me have a look through here to see if I can find some NXT matches that might have relevance to this storyline. NXT. I want specifically in the month of, what are we in? Well, we're in June now, but May is what I'm looking for. So Adam Cole took on Matt Riddle, and I think Matt Riddle won on NXT TV, which is kind of crazy.
Yes, he did.
Yeah. And all the Roddy came out, and I don't think Roddy actually accidentally hit Cole. I think it was the other way around. I think Cole accidentally hit Roddy, but all that distraction stuff apparently pissed Cole off. So he's like, "Yeah, fuck that shit." Then Matt Riddle and Gargano took on Fish and O'Reilly. I think Fish and O'Reilly did win that one, showing that the OG team is still slick in tag team action.
Right.
And that's all the Undisputed Era stuff I can find that I watched. I'm sure there was other stuff. So let's watch this one. I'm excited to watch this one again. See if also this lighting.
Amazing. What the fuck just happened?
I'm assuming it was a mistake. Also, like, how fucking good is Matt Riddle in general as a sports entertainer? Like,
he's fucking top tier. Yeah. Like,
I think I was looking at like statistics and stuff. I've been looking at old years and what I've given stuff over the last few years, and Matt Riddle just consistently over the last 5 years has probably been the best guy in the world, just everywhere he goes.
Yeah, I believe that. It's something with like, I don't know, because I was thinking like I think it must be something with people who come over from like MMA and stuff like that or something, because like Ronda was really fucking good out the gate. Shayna's fucking phenomenal. Riddle. Trying to think of any other.
Well, Brock came back and was better, I think, personally.
Yeah,
not a universal opinion.
He's a better wrestler. Yeah. I would undoubtedly say that.
So, like, what's interesting about that is that I've always held that I'm actually. First of all, like, let's take before I put the point. I want to like apply it to Riddle. I don't think Riddle is a great wrestler because of anything to do with his MMA, except for maybe the idea that he gets psychology, because he's been in an environment where you want to win, and psychology is all about convincing the audience that you want to win the match, right?
Right, yeah.
And so that I get, but like in terms of like, for some people, their MMA style is what makes them interesting, but Riddle's just a wrestler. Like, he has been ever since he came in. He's never like been an MMA wrestler. He's just been a wrestler.
Yeah.
With Shayna, I think directly the fact that she was in MMA helps her a lot. But the thing I was always scared with Shayna, and it's kind of been true, is I think these MMA guys and gals, the greener they are in wrestling, the better they are. Because the more they're taught wrestling cliches and stuff, the worse their uniqueness becomes. Like with Shayna, like I do feel like she was slightly better in those first 2 years, and one in Japan in her first year in the WWE. But that could be that she has really, really good chemistry with Ember. That was a really good feud. And then with Ronda, of course, she's come in and she's been so good. And I think it's because like she doesn't know any of the... I mean, the thing is she does know the wrestling cliches because she's clearly a fan, but she's not being drilled into her head for 15 years that she has to do them.
I know we talked about it, I think, closer to Mania, but it's weird that, like, Ronda is clearly, like, a wrestling fan, but, like, she gets heat and doesn't get it, or maybe she does get it, and I've been worked so terribly by the shoot. What the fuck does she actually think about anything at this point? Did all those kids die? I don't know, Ronda, you tell me.
We're off to a great start here on the 61st podcast.
Never letting it go.
So wait,
it shouldn't be let go.
Before I want to get back to your point, because I want to know what the fuck it was. But before we get back to your point, I want to mention, because I was just talking about the 61st podcast. I looked into like podcast hosts this week. Amazingly shit. Like I'm really surprised how difficult and expensive it is to actually put put audio out there in an acceptable format, considering how easy it is to put video out there in an acceptable format. It's crazy. If anybody has any ideas, because I know one listener, a couple of weeks ago asked if we could put it up on a podcast site, and it just struck a thing in my head like, yeah, that's not a bad idea. I was also thinking maybe we could split up. I wanted to come up with a name for the wrestling specific podcast so we could do more of them, and I wouldn't feel like guilty about, I don't know, the brand. But yeah, and I looked into it, and just all the hosts are just terrible. But if anyone has any ideas, they can let me know. So what the fuck was your point about Ronda and Heat?
No, it was just that she is like a wrestling fan, I think, obviously. But like, when she started getting booed or whatever around Survivor Series or whatever, and she looked totally thrown off her game. Like, I don't know, did she just not get that like fans will sometimes just do things? Well, they'll just decide things. Like,
I think she does. It's just I don't think she's ever liked being the bad guy or being a
player. No, obviously.
Also, like, can I mention how like non-stop this match has been? Like, there's not been a second of downtime.
Yeah.
There's a punch like flurry about 10 seconds ago that I was a big fan of. Like Riddle's, that's one thing I'll say from MMA. Riddle never wrestling punches. His punches always look pretty decent. He doesn't do it often, but when he does, they're proper punches.
Yeah, something that when I originally made my like original point ages ago, there was a reason why I said get people who come from MMA and not MMA styled workers, because like Riddle's just a wrestler. Like, I think Shayna definitely shows her MMA influence, but I don't think she relies on it. You know what I mean? Like, it helps her, certainly, but it's not like if she wasn't in MMA, then what the fuck would her character be? She could still just be somebody who's, like, a brute.
She could be Zack Sabre Jr., who does basically the same thing, has never done MMA.
Yeah, probably
But
about
that's the
right.
thing,
Isn't
like
it?
Zack Sabre Jr. and Brian. Actually, I think the best example is Bryan Danielson because he was just all jiu-jitsu, which at the time was not a wrestling thing at all. Nobody had really done jiu-jitsu in pro wrestling, and that's why he's considered such an innovative technical guy because he brought jiu-jitsu stuff in, which just looks so much better than old school. Like, I'm gonna double leg you and fucking lie on top of you for an hour. Look at that! Oh, it's a thing of beauty. Look how, like, this is why I like these guys. Because, like, if you're going to work a sprint, if you're going to do spot after spot, keep the pace up. Roddy gets fucking pinned there, gets up and just insta, like, I'm going for a new move. Insta. Like, you can just tell. It's just, like, there's an instinct there. And there's a break now, but Roddy knows when to put them in. Like, he knows that was not the time for a break. Let's do one more. This crowd is ready for one more spot. See, again, like it's constant back and forth too. Like the pole position in the match is just constantly shifting. What do you think so far, Tucker?
I like it quite a bit. Yeah. I don't know if I'm as crazy about it as you are. But I can see why. You know what I mean? You're so high on it. This is really, really good. Like, I'm enjoying this a lot. um, I think it's restoring some faith in Roddy. Some that I'd kind of lost after, like, he was here in NXT on his own for a couple years or whatever and didn't do, like...
Well, there are some people that have you believe that Roddy was, like, the best NXT guy last year.
Well, once he kind of reinvented himself and got into the Undisputed Era stuff, I definitely think that his, total match quality upped. I think obviously his TV presence went up, but, like, before that or whatever, when he was just Rod in blue tights, like, who the fuck was he? He just kind of showed up, did some wrestling, lost a whole bunch, and existed. Like,
yeah, apparently some of that wrestling was really good though. Like, there have been some squashes on NXT that I just didn't see because I wasn't watching squash matches on NXT that period. That people will look at, like, there's like an Only Lorcan Aleister Black squash or something that people think is like a high 4, maybe 5-star match because it's just crazy sprint style.
Jesus.
And it's the same with, like, Roddy versus those kind of guys who've come in and out, just exploded. There's an interesting, if you're curious, if this matchup piques your interest, you should check it out. Kushida's first match on NXT TV was Cassius Ohno a couple weeks ago.
I wonder if that would be good, and then I got very sad when I remembered, like, oh no, where he is right now.
I mean, he's definitely still has good to great matches. He had 2 great matches last year for my money. I mean, that's more than a lot of people.
Yeah, that's fair. I mean, it's more than... I don't know, I was trying to think of anybody I could think of. It's more than Dean Ambrose, probably. Or, I'm sorry, Jon Moxley now. I'm sorry. Word.
Certainly. I mean, this year so far, it's more than AJ Styles.
Yeah, it's been a weird year in wrestling.
I haven't seen enough of it to make that comment. I'm going through. I'm currently, to the audience, I'm in February. And some people are over-impressing me. Let's see. Who over-impressed me? Let me check my notes. I should get my wrestling notebook up, since my Takeover notes are in it. Taichi impressed me in that Naito match. I don't know. It was a 1 3/4 star match, but still, he did impress me. That's because they did basically this hour-long angle, right, where they took 20 minutes and they were like, Naito's not going to be able to compete because they beat the shit out of him, right, before the match started. And then the match happened, and it was an incredibly competent version of that match. Like, they did it really well, like, psychology-wise, but that match is just not a type of match I'm ever going to be into. Like, one guy can't wrestle for... It's a 20-minute match where one guy starts the match, like, fucked. Like, that. They did that structure really well. They built him slowly back into it, but, like, I'm never going to enjoy that.
It's fair.
Impressed me. I wish I could say Bad Luck Fale, but everyone knows I'm a massive Bad Luck Fale mark, so I can't really claim that one. Beretta did quite well in that match I watched. Just Jay White, kind of.
Oh no.
Let's have a look here.
These two are just still going.
Yeah, at full speed too. You can see Riddle's back there.
Yep.
Yeah.
Which makes sense, because, or at least Morrow will lead you to believe that like Roddy's offense should entirely be backbreakers or something. Even though
watch this. Look at this.
What the hell?
And that slam gonna do a number on his back, and he's hurting him every time he kicks out. Look, he's hurting him.
Fuck Riddle, you son of a bitch! You're so good.
How much in pain he looks.
God.
Uh-oh. Roddy decides to sell that by jumping through the ropes. Gotta love the dedication he shows. Oh, but he's back on the knee!
God, they're still just all in. Like, they're all in. They just keep going.
Oh, that time he did the powerbomb quick enough that he could hit it, and then the knee! Yeah, just non-stop. It's crazy that they because a lot of NXT openers are like this, where they just let them go ham. But I don't know why they don't just let the mains do this. Like, this would be a great main event.
Yeah.
Oh, right on the back.
That was fucking dumb. Come on, Matt. Use your fucking head.
But he knew it would finish the match.
Did he?
If it hit.
Has he ever done that to end a match before?
Well, just you wait until the end of this match.
Oh no.
And he catches him.
Holy shit.
I like this too. If I remember this spot correctly, he's about to do something that I really like.
Another interesting thing there.
I'm not sure if watch this. He's like, no, fuck it, I'm doing this.
Oh shit!
Yeah, what were you gonna say?
No, I was gonna say, I'm like, it looked like there for a minute Riddle tried to block it with his neck, and then realized, nope, that's gonna fuck me up even more, and then had to just kind of like...
Oh, like, well, that's not... One mistake.
Holy shit.
But he can't torque it, because his back's fucked. Look, he can't torque it at all!
He's not even moving, he can barely move! Oh shit, you can see him grab his back. Oh,
so
fuck yeah.
So he knows that Bro Mission's just not going to work because it takes too long. One mistake! But he's just too strong. Shitty tombstone!
Jesus.
And he had to do something else to finish the match because he couldn't do the Bro Mission.
God damn it!
So good!
Fuck yeah, pro wrestling.
Hell yeah! That was by far my favorite match of this card.
Like, I was there definitely the whole way through, and then kind of that closing stuff, like, it's all there, and it's the small things like that, I think, that, like, take, like, a single wrestler or a match from, like, just good to great. Like, I don't give a fuck about how many fucking flips you can do. Yeah. It might be impressive as fuck in the moment, but, like, the little shit like that from Riddle, like, that's the shit that makes you, like, I hate to fucking say it, because it's, you know, he's so fucking young, but, like, a fucking legend in this type of shit. Like, the small things like that.
I love that, like, he's so resilient, and Like, obviously, that's really useful to have as a babyface. But it played so well into the story of this match because the one thing that like changes it, obviously, this spot that they're replaying right now is like he's going for something high because he's a babyface and he's plucky, but it fucks him. But the spot, I think they're about to show it. No, but the spot where Roddy goes for the forearm, it's clearly just pure frustration because Riddle's just so fucking resilient, and then Riddle catches him because he's that good. Like I love that spot. The forearm down and Riddle catching him is my favorite spot on this match. Such a good like I said, we've oozed about Matt Riddle, but he's so good, and he's not that young because he came into wrestling late. But he's new to wrestling, that's for sure.
I forget all the time that Riddle doesn't have the North American belt, because why the fuck doesn't he? Like, I get he doesn't need it, but if he's gonna be on your pay-per-view every single other month anyways, just give him a belt and give that spot to somebody else.
I mean, like, you literally said this in our previous show about the guy who has the belt. You were like, why does he need the belt? He's on the shows anyway.
Yeah, that's okay. That's fair. I have no defense there. If I said that, then what the fuck is wrong with me? But like,
I think you did anyway. You definitely were like saying something about Dream having the belt, like he could be on the show anyway, or something like that.
I felt like I made the same point last month, but I might have made like the opposite one, and I'm thinking I made the one that I'm just making now. But I don't know.
Your newest point is is the one you feel most strongly about today.
Yeah, that is the one that I feel is correct in this month. Next month, I'll see you with the other opinion.
Yeah, I mean, you're going to be at Takeover next month, right?
Takeover in fucking Cardiff or wherever the fuck it is.
Oh, I'm going to that one. But I'll be the only one there.
You're going to be the only one.
But the one in Toronto is in the month after that.
Yeah, I'm not going to that.
Oh, come on.
I'm trying to save money for school.
Nah, fuck that shit. Go to Takeover.
Be in debt. Fuck that shit.
Fuck that shit.
Oh, he's here. He's ready to watch his sons compete.
I definitely have some notes about Shawn Michaels moments. Where are they?
Oh, shit. I just hope that with a tear in his eye, he watches on.
Oh, yeah, it was about the Breeze Dream match. Which, if it wasn't Shawn Michaels...
Who's that random woman? He just started kissing.
It's a random woman.
It's fair. Oh. Why are these guys in a ladder match?
Because the Viking Experience Raiders, Vikings, vacated the titles. And there were a bunch of contenders. So they decided to stick them all in a ladder match.
Okay, but why ladders?
Because chaos is a ladder. And you're supposed to climb it to glory.
But so are tables or something?
Yeah.
Don't do ladders for guys that don't traditionally do high spots? Like, it's Montez. It's for him to frog splash off of it. That's all I can think of.
I reserve your judgment on that one until you see this match.
Is it gonna be fucking Steve Cutler? Is he gonna fucking jump off of something? Steve Cutler is gonna shock me?
Friend, the bumps in this match are insane. People really liked this match. I didn't, because I don't like these type of matches. But if your criticism is you're not looking for high spots, there's gonna be some high spots.
I just mean in a ladder match, traditionally, right? You use it to do high spots. Like, you should use the ladder, at least in some way. If not, you could probably find some other way to do it. I just assume WWE booking, dude flip off ladder, throw dude through ladder, dude on ladder, through ladder, on ladder. Like,
yeah, that all happens. Are you saying you don't want that to happen, or you do want that to happen?
No, I just mean, I assume that's what they do. I just don't get why any of these guys are in, like, it doesn't fit with any of them, in my opinion. Like,
well, NXT does have a history of crowning ending vacancies with ladder matches. They did it with Bo versus Adrian for the vacant NXT title. Like, there's a lot of, I think there's a lot of NXT vacancies that have been ended through ladder matches.
Okay, that's fair then.
Yeah, I think the idea is that, it's vacant, so it should be hung above the ring, and the hungriest competitor can climb the highest or whatever.
Good symbolism bit, I get that. I knew it! It's like they did it in the fucking promo package. I knew he was gonna fucking do it.
Also, like, aside from the Forgotten Sons, everyone else in this match is like I respect as a wrestler.
They're the main ones that I point at and go, why a ladder match for them? Like, they're just...
Well, you know, Wesley Blake was in a high-flying tag team, I'll have you know.
Where he was by far the strongest link, and the other guy, I don't even know where he is right now.
I mean, if we were going to discount Wesley and Blake, or no, it wasn't Wesley and Blake, it was Blake and Murphy. If we were going to discount Blake and Murphy, right, we wouldn't have gotten one of the greatest superstars of our time. So, look, I'm not writing anybody off anymore, especially if they were in that tag team. I mean, 2 out of the 3 members were really good. It's like the opposite of the Enzo and Cass effect.
I was going to say, I'm like, it's weird that you said one superstar is really good. I'm like, because I can think of 2.
I mean, yeah, Alexa still hasn't quite got that like crowning match that I would consider her. You know,
one's a very good character. The other one's a very good worker with limited character.
I think the character's really good, but yeah, I guess it's understand. Yeah, I mean that's the whole point. That's the whole reason why I think he's good at the working part. Because I think the character's really good. He's like Shingo Takagi, but in America.
Oh,
you see the link?
Why are they dressed like this?
Because they're kings.
Well, no, I'm trying to get what the reference is to, because
because it's always cosplay.
Everything is everybody's cosplaying. Triple H is promoting a drug culture, not in my Christian wrestling company.
What do you mean?
I'm sorry, those cups are filled with water.
Yeah, no, was it Num Num Juice? Is what Mauro calls it.
Good God. I hate Mauro sometimes.
Do you now?
Why does Montez Ford have the Michael Jackson glove, though?
I don't know. You tell me.
That's what
Because he's the king of swing.
He's the king of pop?
Yeah.
But pop is not slang for lean. So...
But it is slang.
Oh,
but
no!
But pop is slang for soda, which is what's in those cups.
Right. You're right. My bad. Yep. It's not... They're forgotten. They're forgotten.
Who are the other people in this? Cutler and...
Jackson Riker.
Okay. Look, they're going under the ladders. That's superstitious.
Wesley Blake, Jackson Riker, and Steve Cutler. Killer's Row. I
liked at one point in this match the crowd chants "We forgot you," and it's like
that's what they chant at them. Yeah. That's fair because it's not even like a joke. I don't think like it's just they disappear for months at a time.
Can I put these guys in a perspective that you might prefer? They're like the Heat Squad,
but they're not because they're not on TV all the time.
Okay, sure.
But they have to be on TV all the time. They have to be beating up, like, main event baby faces, and these guys are not.
No, you're right.
They're just harmlessly bad.
What if I were to tell you that they win this match?
I know they don't, so...
This is the problem with spoilers.
We're gonna... Oh, I don't know if I should spoil it, because I do know who wins, and I was gonna make a joke, but...
Some of the people watching... The one viewer might not have seen this.
One viewer. Don't listen for like 3 seconds. We're gonna combine the Evolve and the NXT tag titles, are we now?
Hell
is that the idea?
Yeah, brother. I mean, that was my prediction, I think. On the...
Yeah, it was. Yeah. Bring them all up. Bring all the Evolve boys up.
Well, actually, most of the matches it was bring the other guy up. For this one, it was just unify the titles. I'm gonna go get a drink. You entertain the people while the last...
Shit, I was gonna do the same really quick. God damn it,
I'm doing it first. You're watching.
You go.
Yeah. Actually, wait a minute.
Fine. Or does it make sense for me to go first?
Yeah, I was just about to say, while someone's entering, you do it, and then I can do it during the show.
Okay. I'm gonna run and do that real quick then.
So I'm here to entertain you guys. Right now, we've got Oni Birch and... Oni Lorcan and Danny Birch. I have been watching... Let's see. I need to get my NXT notes back up again from the catch-up. I always get these... I shouldn't, because I like all of them, and I think they are very distinct characters and wrestlers, but I always get these guys confused with Marcel Barthel and Fabian Eichner, because they're just solid. Oh, never mind. It's not only Lurkin and Danny Burch. We've moved to O'Reilly and Fish, who I've always really liked, honestly. On the indie scene, I thought these guys were like, even when everyone was raving about the Young Bucks, I was always a big fan of O'Reilly and Fish, what they were doing. I don't love Bobby Fish, but I think he works in a tag team. And Kyle O'Reilly is just an out-and-out good wrestler.
The band is back together.
Man, did you take the train across the estate, or?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, nice.
I rode a horse.
Nice, I'll be right back.
All right, so first thoughts going into this, right? I almost called them CFOs because that's what's on their shirt. Red Dragon's probably gonna kill. I have no expectations for Cutler and Blake. I think Birch and Lorcan are very respectable, but solid, not spectacular. I think the Street Profits are a lot of fun, but I still am yet to figure out whether or not I think that they're really good wrestlers or not. I think they've got a really great tag team dynamic. They're like a not shit Enzo and Cass. As in, like, Ford is actually athletic and can move well in the ring. He's not just tiny. And Dawkins playing kind of like the Hulk type character, the brute character is good. Also, I like the color coding here. Everybody's color coded. You can tell who's with who. I approve. Chaos is a ladder. I don't think I've ever heard that, so. Ooh. It's always interesting early on in ladder matches and stuff how you get things kicked off because you're obviously just building to get to your bigger spots later on. But this good kind of quick pace you get here, especially showing how dominant Red Dragon is great.
So I'm back. How are you enjoying the ladder match?
Whoa. Yeah, no, it's good. I was talking about how interesting it is to see them open up this quickly. It makes me interested to see whether or not they're going to keep going this quickly. Is Danny Burch from Britain or no?
Yeah, I think Martin Stone, I think was his name before NXT. Yeah, he's British.
Yeah, I don't know if I've ever heard of him before.
Well, he was in a really good tag team match last year. Do you mean before NXT?
Yeah, I meant it before NXT. Yeah, he's been around. I think they fought for the NXT UK titles a little while ago.
Did they?
They're big over there. If I'm not wrong, they're big in the UK brand, which is weird. I don't know why they're on both, but
yeah, I would be surprised because they're really big in NXT, obviously. So I'm surprised that they're on NXT UK.
Dogs. Hold on.
Sure. He's going to murder his animals, folks.
It's true. They're dead now.
I have lots of snacks because I haven't ate today.
That's fair.
Yeah. Took a while to go to the grocery store today. I was like, I'm going to set off 2 hours before the session we were going to have, the RPG session that never happened. And I only got back like 20 minutes before. I was like, whoa, it took me a while this time.
What do you think about NXT's weird stripes on their ladders?
Should I think of anything?
I know they don't.
Should I think anything about it?
Yeah, I was about to say, like, it's good theming. I don't know. It looks cool. Holy shit! Who the fuck was that?
Yeah, I told you that if you brought your
Wesley Blake. Where did you come from? Is this the same Wesley Blake that looks like he's put on like 40 pounds since being in that tag team? Like,
I've realized that if I'm gonna watch the show muted, I might as well watch it on my main PC. So what are we at here? 37, 30-ish. Nope, not 49. Okay, I'll wait till we get to about 38. And then I'll hit him.
I know what this spot's gonna be.
What's it gonna be?
I think. Is he gonna turn his back? No, I thought he did like that thing where he like turns his back and just fucking like falls into people.
Okay. I was
Jesus
impressed by how
Christ,
much
Dawkins has that fucking babyface fire about him.
The Street Profits are good, man.
I think I said before you came back, I think the Street Profits are really good. They're entertaining, but I'm not sure I've ever had a match that I've seen them in where I've been like, yes, like they are definitely ready.
They're like New Day to me, where I wouldn't want them in like one of those epic 30-minute, not even 30 minutes, because like I think we're past the point where length is fetishized in wrestling. But like I wouldn't want them. Oh god, look at these spots, dude. I wouldn't want them in like an epic tag team. Oh god, Kyle. I wouldn't want them in an epic tag team match, but they're perfect for WWE. Like 10-minute matches, they're fun, they're entertaining to get over.
Yeah, they're perfect for their spot in like this structure, at least the NXT structure.
I think they're perfect for WWE. I don't see that. Like good really epic tag team workers don't get over in WWE. It's the guys like this that can work 10-minute fun matches that get over in the WWE.
I like turn. What the fuck? Kyle, why were you just there? Almost murdered. Like, everybody else cleared the ring, and Kyle just stayed. He's like, I'd like to die.
Yeah, so I didn't like this match as much as everybody else did. I still thought it was really good. And one of the things I liked the most about it was Kyle O'Reilly's journey throughout the match. He's just a broken man. Like, slowly but surely, he gets worse and worse. And there are some fun moments with it. I'm glad he got to win the titles at the end. He deserved it.
Oh, you meant the ROH title. Why am I so dumb? I thought you meant win the tag titles in this match.
I did mean that. That was the meme.
Oh,
I don't know where the ROH thing came from.
Because he won the ROH title as he left.
Mm.
He held it for like 2 months while he was like, I'm going to leave. And they're like, do you want the belt? He was like, okay.
Well, good for him. He deserved it.
Now you can see exactly what I was thinking of then.
Sure, but you also made the assumption that I watched towards the end of Kyle's time in ROH.
Why the Jesus. What the fuck, man? He didn't even put his hands up.
See, this is, maybe I'm in the minority. Maybe the podcast is going to become the prevailing view of this. I think modern WWE ladder matches are more dangerous than blading.
Oh, I would definitely agree with that. Because you have to up the bar every single time you go out. You have to do something fucking dumb. Like,
I can't get over the thing I hear too. I don't know whether. Oh my god! I don't know whether it's right, but I swear they're wood and they're painted.
Yeah, you told me that when we last talked, and I was like, what? I don't think I've ever heard of that. But it would make some sense as to why dudes just fucking throw themselves into them all the time. Like, because you'd think you'd have some apprehension on, like,
I don't know, man. I feel like the wood thing when I hear that. I thought it was worse than metal because it's thicker, it's heavier.
Maybe.
Than light metal, obviously. But not like obviously there are some metals that are heavier, but there are also some really light metals.
So is it like, do you think it's like one ladder that's like the climbing ladder and all the wooden?
Oh, interesting. No, I thought they were all wooden. Like
all the bumping ladders are wood, and then there's the one ladder that they climb and they don't use for spot. Well, we're about to find out.
My impression.
Well, fuck!
They definitely
God, Kyle.
Them one ladder. My impression was that the wood wasn't like. My idea wasn't the wood is safer than metal, like I said. So that I don't know. You're the first person to point out that it might be.
I think it would hurt less, especially if you're landing on it, because the sharp edges on like the metal ladder, right? Like that.
Well, they're not sharp though.
Right? No, but they would be if you hit with enough force. You know what I mean? Like they would cut you.
I don't think that's how sharp works, but yeah, I mean, like them cutting you with enough force.
You know what I mean? Leave me alone.
They can also get splinters. It's true.
What the fuck did Kyle just say? He's like rolling elbow or something. Like the fuck. So, are Blake and Cutler just supposed to make me, like, eat every single thing I say about them. When I'm like, who are these random guys? Like, they're just...
I don't know whether I should point this out, because it gets kind of thrown in their face later, but during that thing, Kyle was like, climb the ladder and I'll defend you. Which is pretty good psych, but then they just throw that out the window later.
Fair.
So what, you're really into it, Blake and Cutler right now?
I think, well, they're impressing me for what I thought. I didn't think they were going to do anything, and, like...
And they're doing things.
They're definitely a part of this match right now, and that impresses me.
Good.
Now, why do that?
Do what?
Is that the metal ladder, then? Because all of a sudden we put the small wooden ladder in the corner, and now this is the metal one?
Well, like I said, they definitely climb more than one ladder. So maybe, if your theory is
with the red tape on the bottom that isn't on any other ladder, be to indicate that that's the metal one.
Maybe.
This is now the story of this match for me. I have to figure out which ladders are which.
Well, there's a spot in a little bit where 2 ladders got climbed, so you can check for the red tape on the other one as well. Maybe it just indicates that it's the biggest ladder, like that it's a certain size.
Maybe. It definitely is supposed to indicate something. That red tape means something. It's not just there.
If it is just there, would that make you very angry?
Yes, very much so. Because I would be like, why is it just there then? I assume that's their tag finish?
Do you think they have a tag finish?
It's probably that, if they have one.
Tag finishes are for people who win matches. And this is the only match they're going to win.
Yeah, when they become tag team champions here in a second.
Champions, yeah. No, they're going to battle for like 30 minutes, and then Regal's going to come out, a tear in his eye, and say, you've all earned it, and introduce the first ever 8-man tag team title.
Oh my god. I wish I had like a lot more to say about this match, but I don't right now. It's just kind of big spots. That was cool. That was very cool. I was saying before you came in, I think Montez Ford is like almost really, really good.
Okay.
Like
Montez Ford is the thinner one, right?
Yes.
Okay.
I think he is... Well, in this tag team, obviously, he's phenomenal. But, like... I'd be interested to see if he ever did any single shit. Not saying break up the tag team. Vince, no. But just see him in a singles match, just to see what he could do on his own. Oh my god, it's Gunner. TNA.
Also, I just love Kyle O'Reilly. He's such a broken man.
He's like, no!
Is Gunner the one that Dave liked? No.
Yes. No, Crimson.
Crimson.
You like Crimson. Yeah. Gunner is the one that nobody liked.
Didn't Gunner have some allegations thrown his way?
That was Bram.
Okay.
TNA's big bearded lads are all the same fucking guy.
Oh, have you heard the Bully Ray stuff?
Yeah! That's wild as fuck. I don't know who I believe on that, though.
Well, Bully confirms some of it.
Yeah, I believe it definitely happened, but I'm not sure who's being entirely truthful and who isn't.
I think that the important thing is confirmed on both sides. That he was taken backstage and talked to. Like, I think that's the bad part about it. Do you want to...
Yeah, I guess I kind of have glanced over that. Like, I've never really thought about why that would be wrong. I always kind of was just like, yeah, but like, what did he say though? But no, nobody should ever be like taken backstage and like beaten up by Bully Ray.
Well,
Or sorry, a 30-second respectful talk.
Yeah, nobody. Oh god, nobody.
They just bumped on the metal ladder. So, interesting.
Well, yeah, I've never believed the wooden ones are safer. So I'm just putting that out there. So anyway, yeah. So nobody's saying that he got beaten up. Okay, before I make anything, before we talk about this, do you want to...
Allegedly.
Yeah. Nobody's alleging it. Do you want to introduce the topic? So explain what happened for people listening. Sorry, the person listening.
So, a guy on Twitter, I don't know him. He came into my Twitter feed randomly. He came into mine, no. I saw a tweet of his... Yeah, it was a thread or whatever about an experience he had at an ROH live show, I believe. Which, I mean, if you're going to an ROH live show in 2019, you might deserve it. No.
You're also a pretty big ROH fan, though, you know?
I watch all of their stuff. God. No, but, so anyways, he was talking about the Dark show. The dark matches, the pre-show or whatever, and they had some local female talent there or whatever, and then the Allure came in. If you're not antiquated with the Allure, it is Mandy Leone, Velvet Sky, and Angelina Love, and yes, it is the beautiful people.
No, it's the Allure.
Oh, I'm sorry, my bad. Totally different trademark. TNA, do not steal, even though we stole first. But anyways, so the Allure come out or whatever and interfere, and was this the first match or whatever? The fan claims, general jaw-jacking with the heels or whatever as they went by. Nothing out of the ordinary, except for he says that Mandy Leone spat on him, which it's just random, but I guess heel's gonna heal, right? Whatever. Kind of messed up, a little bit gross, probably unneeded.
Literally assault. But we won't get into that.
Is that under the? Yeah. Good to know then. Yep. Heel not gonna heal. I reject everything I just said.
I support. There's some as a lawyer, there are some stupid things that are assault. I don't think throwing milkshakes on people should be assault. I don't think spitting on people during a wrestling show should be assault, but they are, unfortunately.
I think maybe, if she knew she was going to hit him, maybe that would be not okay. But I think if she tried to spit in the direction and some ended up hitting him, oh my god, Gunner, you fucking idiot, you didn't even fucking catch him. I hate you.
You can see it in his eyes.
Worse than useless. Bobby Fish, exactly. Just,
Yeah, no, I like how they're Undisputed Era and they're like, we were going to do something, but maybe we should just, win the match.
And
he's gone again.
He kind of caught him on that one, but not really. Oh, we're not getting an Angelo Dawkins high spot. Fuck you. Anyways, so from there, the Allure came out and did another Dark Show segment. Apparently, which, why are they getting so much Dark Show time? Another quite nice look here at Gunner refusing to catch anyone, and Montez Ford shattering his fucking spine. Absolute disappointment in Gunner. I have no faith in him, but I'm still disappointed.
My expectations were low, but you managed to go under them anyway.
But anyways, right? So, the Allure come out or whatever, and they cut a promo. Normal heel stuff. They call this specific guy, a whole bunch of names or whatever. They call him, a virgin or something like that. And, a fan or whatever, giving him proper heat. At least according to the individual's account. We'll probably get into Bully Ray's account eventually. He responded in the way a fan would or whatever, especially I think somebody going to an ROH show who really cares about that product. Show. Yeah, you want to be into that. So, he says some things back or whatever. One line I remember specifically was, "You call me a virgin, but you're fucking that fat fuck bully," which amazing. First of all, and then supposedly or whatever, they go backstage, and then somebody comes and gets this guy and says, "Okay, you need to come with us."
Who that is? Who apparently came and got him?
Who came and got him? Yeah. No, who was it?
A one Hunter Johnson.
You cut out. Who was it?
A certain individual known as Hunter Johnson.
Who the fuck is Hunter Johnson?
His ring name is Delirious.
Why am I not surprised? Delirious, you son of a bitch. You did it again. Anyway, so Delirious then, allegedly, comes up to this guy, and this is confirmed, asks him to come to the back. And there, the fan has a conversation with Bully Ray.
Look, there's red tape on that ladder, too.
Yeah, that's interesting. So they're definitely the ones they're the big ones, I assume. Yeah. The ones you're supposed to climb for the finishes. Either of those. The more you know.
Can I? We'll get back to the Bully Ray story. I want to just mention this point while this is on screen. Why? They've definitely increased the height of the suspended belts over the last 10 years, right? They didn't used to be that high. I don't understand. Why would you do that? I don't know what purpose that serves.
The only thing I can think of is taller guys, if you were doing a suplex or something like that, you might hit the belts by accident, but they were never that low. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Yeah, I suppose. Anyway, back to the Bully Ray thing. So yeah, you were at when he got taken backstage.
Yeah, anyway, so supposedly Bully Ray has a conversation with this fan, attempts to intimidate him. According to the fan, in Bully Ray's version of the story, it is just a respectful talk. Where Bully or whatever says something along the lines of go be a fan or something like that at the end or something.
Well, remember,
random.
Go be a fan was in Josh's account, which is why.
Yes, it was in both.
Which is why the Bully Ray account is really funny because I didn't do anything of that like that. I just said everything that he said. I said.
I just talked to him really quick about making sure everything was okay, and then told him to go be, which is the exact thing that he said. Oh my god, the Forgotten Sons have so much heat.
Yeah, I think you.
Jesus, Doc. Okay.
I think you summed up everything right. I think my conclusion is also I love that. I love that. Look at that cell too. That was great.
Holy shit! It's just so sudden. He just jumps on, knocks him off. Okay.
And you got to conclude the spear in the finish too.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I didn't love this match as much as everyone else did, but I thought it was good.
Yeah, I think it was pretty good. Yeah,
I get really turned off by the ladder bumps. I don't like them.
I don't see the point of it all the time.
Also, this made me notice. I haven't been watching main roster WWE. Apparently, it's a thing from Matt. This match is when I first started to notice that they've now got Velcro as the belts in WWE.
Do they?
Yeah. Look at that. Oh,
that's
a better view. See?
Oh my god, that's gross.
So not only do they have Velcro, but they also have the old snaps still as decoration on one half of the belt.
Do they just not know what they're supposed to be for? Do they think that guys won't be able to put them on properly or something?
I haven't heard an official justification yet. But it's across all. It started. Apparently, the WWE title doesn't have it yet, but the Universal title does. That happened after Mania, and then all the belts on NXT seem to have it as well.
It's unnecessary.
I don't like it either.
I think it's unnecessary. It takes away from the feel of a championship. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
There's something so solid. You know what I mean about the strap aspect of it. You know what I mean? It's you buckle that thing. It's not just Velcro. Velcro feels like it comes off too easy.
Like a toy, maybe.
Insert metaphor about booking here.
Huh. Yeah, I don't like the Velcro either. I think I think some of the UFC belts use it, and WWE loves to copy UFC belts.
They do, yeah.
I think Velcro on Daniel Bryan's belt made sense. Maybe maybe we should all blame Daniel Bryan because he started this.
Shit, Daniel made it intentionally so they wouldn't. Wait, no, that makes no sense. I'm like, that doesn't reduce waste at all.
Well, I think I don't know. I think I don't really know, but I think there's something to it.
Like doing the spreadsheet in the middle of
the glorious spreadsheet.
Yes. Who was the team I'm forgetting in that match?
The Forgotten Sons.
No, I have them.
The Undisputed Era. Danny Burch.
Nope, I have them. Danny Burch and Orny Lorcan.
What did you go on the first match?
I did 4.
Okay.
And that I would go 3. We'll go with 3. A lot of fun spots in there.
It was indeed fun.
Anyways, back to the Bully Ray talk.
Oh yeah, my conclusion on that is basically I don't really care what happened, really, aside from what's confirmed to have happened, and what's confirmed to have been happened isn't really acceptable. If a fan does something you don't like, you need to get rid of him or don't. Taking him backstage isn't good for anyone. It's not good for Bully because it's fucking stupid. It's not good for the fan because it's fucking stupid. And from both of those perspectives, there's a lot of legal shit that could go on. And then it's not good for the people in the back as well. Because if Bully is able to decide, hey, there's a heckler in the crowd, I'm going to bring him backstage, who in that locker room can feel safe? The Bully's allowed to just bring whoever the fuck he wants backstage. And Bully's willing to do it for people that he thinks are saying unacceptable things. That's what he decides to bring someone backstage to do. Like, Bully's fucked. Bully should never work in wrestling again.
Well, yeah, Bully's a fucking ass clown who, like, should be nowhere near pro wrestling at this point in his life. Dude should just go fuck off and do his podcast.
Like we're doing.
Yeah, he routinely adds very little to anything, and when he does, it's unintentional comedy.
If he wants some extra exposure, he's always welcome on the podcast.
Get on here, Bully, you piece of shit. What? He's like, I remember you, and it's like, I'm not sure you were around.
What? Oh.
Do people exist in kayfabe before they debut?
Yeah, especially in the reality era.
I was gonna say, was Patrick whatever? I just noticed that was Liv Morgan in that video package. That was weird. Who just jumped on him?
Oh, sure it wasn't Summer Rae?
Oh, it might have been. It looked like Liv Morgan to me, but
it might have been Liv Morgan, but I obviously he did a lot of stuff with Summer.
Well, that was on the main roster, though.
Yeah, I think they were showing main roster stuff.
No, that was NXT footage.
Okay, sure. That's definitely Summer.
I'm sorry, dude. They brought him in the fucking death spot, though.
Dude, he did ratings though. Don't you remember that? That summer where they were in the. I don't know if it was him. It was Rusev and Summer. I don't think it was Tyler. I think it was Rusev, Summer, and Lana that did all the ratings.
It was Rusev, Summer, Lana, and Ziggler. This was the
Ziggler. Yeah, you're right.
This was the fallout of that when Rusev kind of fucked off, and then she was like, "All right, I've got a new man," and it was Tyler Breeze. It was sad.
So we're off the Bully thing now. Do you think you might be done with Best of the Super Juniors by this weekend?
By this weekend? I'm not sure. I'm working like most of this weekend. So, do you mean at the start of this weekend or at the end?
Kind of at the start, I was meaning. But by the start, I mean, I guess halfway through, so like on Saturday night.
Saturday night? I might be able to. I have after prom or whatever on Friday night, I'm working Friday evening, I'm working Saturday evening, I'm working Sunday evening. So I might be able to. Because how many shows left do I have? I'm on 8 of what? 12?
You're on
13?
the first Karkin show, right?
I finished the first Kurikan show.
So you got 2 more Kurikan shows, 1 more joint show, and then I think 2 more shows for each block, and then the finals.
Ooh, I will be able to, but it will be a. I'll do it. I can get it done.
Okay, and then
If you want to do something, I can get it done.
yeah, I was thinking I wanted to get a podcast out before Dominion, basically recapping Best of the Super Juniors. So do you have time to do that after you finish catching up?
Yeah, I believe so.
Okay.
I will catch up.
The best time would be Saturday night. Late night is fine, probably, or Sunday sometime. So what are you free to do?
Saturday night will probably work for me. Yeah, like because I'll only work until like probably 8 or so, 8:30, something like that. So.
Okay.
He's dropped the selfie stick. Is this character progression?
Yeah, I noticed that too. Don't know if I like it.
Is that literally because they just realized selfie sticks aren't trendy anymore or something? Even though that's like, it wasn't trendy when he was doing it.
It was pretty. It was definitely a thing for people like that character.
Well, in 2014,
which is when that character was a thing.
Well, no, he was using that into like 2016, man. Like,
no, well, he got called up then. Once he gets on the main roster, it's all hold bars. It's no holds bar.
It's all nothing interesting for you.
I don't know about Saturday night because that's late.
I am kind of sad though that like Brazongo is dead or whatever because they had some fun comedy segments.
I am not sad.
That's fair.
Yeah, I'm glad. We'll figure something out for the weekend, exact times, but it sounds like it's whatever time we figure out we'll be able to do it. So that'll be a show, and then at some point we'll cover Dominion. At some point when we.
What is he this week? What the hell is he this week? What the fuck?
Well, he's got a third eye.
Well, no, he's always had those glasses.
Okay. He's like a chef.
He's like a chef?
Yeah.
Is that really what we're going with? He's going for it?
Well, I don't know. I mean, that top looks to me like a glamorous chef's outfit.
Because he's dealing up pain. No, I think it's another Michael Jackson thing.
Oh yeah, I mean, I always presume.
Why? Well, it's Michael Jackson or Prince always.
Yeah.
But with the white shirt and like the glittery like.
Also, have I waxed lyrical about my train journey yet on this show?
No, you have not.
Oh, so starting on the 17th of June, I'm going on a train journey. That's going to take 5 days. It's not non-stop, luckily, but I'm going to be traveling from where I currently live here in Prague all the way home to the UK via train, and I'm going to take holiday stops in Hamburg, Amsterdam, Brussels, and Paris on the way.
How can you train through the water?
Do you mean from Paris to the UK?
Yes.
There's a famous Eurotunnel that's linked the two for many years. So you've been able to...
Are you serious?
Yeah, you've been able to take a train from the UK to France for decades.
Holy shit, I've never known this. Good to know.
Oh, look how long the Eurotunnel has existed.
500 years!
No, it opened in 1994.
Wow.
Yep.
I feel stupid.
No, I mean, I'm sure if you don't live in the UK or France, it's not the most common knowledge thing. But I've always wanted to... You can also drive, by the way, I think, through that tunnel. Yeah, because there's trucks that go from Dover to Calais. So I'm pretty sure you can drive across the tunnel somehow. I think maybe through the tunnel. But yeah, there's essentially a land border now between the UK and France, which is one of the problems with, let's not talk about that on this show.
Good times.
I'm getting that train journey in now before I have some issues.
Kind of upset he stopped doing the airbrush tights, but I'm not sure how long he hasn't been doing that now that I think about it. Do you know at all?
No, I don't look at guys' crotches when I'm watching wrestling matches.
It's fair. It's the first thing I look for. Wait, what?
That's fair. I get it. I understand. I'm excited for the Best of Super Juniors final tomorrow. The match is fun.
I think I saw what it is on YouTube.
No!
I'm subbed to their YouTube channel. I can't help it when they post a promo with the two of them, and I'm like, why is that there?
The B block finishing stretch was fun.
I don't know how it ends, but I can...
Well, you know who it ends.
Yeah.
Boo. Ugh.
It's not my fault, it's New Japan's.
You should be caught up.
God damn it. Yes, but still.
I mean, how can you not look at the crotch when they have a shot like that? Also, we've got Switchblade versus Tana again. Best of the Super Juniors. And then we've got Switchblade versus Juice Robinson on the same card. I'm not sure how he's pulling double duty there. Do you have any idea?
No. Breeze looks worse.
Oh, yeah.
Like, he does not look like... I hesitate to say he ever looked like a star, but he doesn't look like anybody I should give a shit about. He looks generic.
Yeah.
Very much just guy on the roster.
To me, it's mainly his hair.
It's the fact he cut his hair and he's just wearing Seth Rollins' attire. Right down to, like, the shitty little wrist tape pad things that are, like, the same thing. You know what I mean? Like, no?
Yeah, I mean, look. I don't know. I don't know if you even like this or not. I thought you would, I think, was my first instinct. Some people like this a lot. The finish is very Shawn Michaels.
I don't like a lot of Tyler Breeze, so...
Did you not used to like Tyler Breeze?
I think I did before I realized that he's just a worse version of every single other guy who's done this gimmick in NXT.
I think he's a better wrestler than Shawn Michaels.
Than Shawn Michaels? I don't care what you think about Shawn Michaels.
I care.
Shawn Michaels is not in NXT.
Bro.
Oh,
Shawn Michaels has wrestled in every NXT match.
Listen, in versus is, okay?
To be fair, I did make that statement before I realized you said NXT. But still. There's only like one person I can think of other than him that's done like this. I think it's a little different. I get what you mean, but I think it's a little different.
I don't know why that made me laugh so much. He fell down, grabbed his knee, and went, "Ha!" Like, just
that transition was smooth, though. You gotta admit the Tyler Breeze transition.
Oh yeah, oh yeah. Listen, I don't think Breeze is like super garbage or anything, but I think that.
Also, have you noticed how crazy Morrow is tonight, or have you? Is it mostly been?
I think he's like normal amped up.
Maybe he gets higher. I know during the ladder match, I definitely felt it, but it might be more during like the women's match. Which is next.
Oh god, we have the women's match. I forgot about that.
Yeah. Which I gave Tucker an interesting warning before the show started today. Oh, Eli Drake is apparently no longer under contract with Impact Wrestling. Interesting.
Free him.
And by which I mean not.
NXT, here he comes.
Right there
He's going to end up...
Gunner and James Drake.
I was going to say, he's going to end up in the exact same fucking position as EC3.
Oh shit, EC3 is a person.
He's on the main roster. He's on Raw.
Is he like? Well, if he can take any, inspiration, it's from Charlotte too, who really made.
Well, you know what he's been doing, right?
Hasn't he been hanging around backstage?
No, he's been losing in dark matches, losing on house show too.
Oh, you're cutting out. Who's he losing to?
He's just losing on dark matches, losing on house shows. I think he manages a girl now.
Ooh.
And he manages Dana Brooke, and that's like his entire thing now. He's just there for her matches for some reason.
I'm not sure how you managed to find the one women's wrestler on the roster that isn't as good as EC3. Made her managed by him.
Well, you know.
Also, you might like this spot, so I have a watch. It's very Shawn Michaels, I don't know, but it's also very Dream.
I don't know. I popped to wait for look up. I thought that was fun.
Good.
Okay, yeah. I like the selling of that at least. I mean, the camera gave away that he, but like, it would have been nice if, like Breeze or whatever was off camera very clearly when he moved, and then we turned back with Dream, and it was like, wait, what the fuck? But,
I really like his DVD, by the way. I think it's really cool. The way he jumps into it.
I was going to say, I think it's the only one I've seen that's like that, or at least the only one I can think of.
Yeah. What's in him? Who used to have a similar thing, but not with a DVD, but with just like a fireman's carry roll? Was it Punk? Did Punk used to do that? Pepsi Plunge?
I'm not sure.
Someone also used to do it into I think Jeff Hardy, or Matt Hardy. I think one of the Hardys used to do it into a moonsault as well.
No, Pepsi Plunge is the top rope, what is it? It's the top rope. The fuck is it? Oh, it's like the original GTS type thing where he double underhooks you on the top rope and then jumps off and knees you in the face.
Oh, okay.
At least that's what Urban Dictionary has told me, and Urban Dictionary is always reliable.
Urban Dictionary is definitely always reliable, but I'm not sure for wrestling moves.
It was from 2007.
These two are striking. Throwing blows. There's an interesting spot coming up. I think it's coming up. I don't think it's already happened. That I don't know what to make of. I don't know whether it's really good or really terrible. So I'll be interested to see what your thoughts are when we get to it. If we get to it. Maybe we've missed it. Other matches that dazzled the nation on NXT this last month were Shayna Baszler versus Kairi Sane, the last battle. It's not Sane.
Ooh.
I want to say Sane all the time, but it's Sane. It was not as good as any of their other matches, but it was still quite good because they're both very good. Very interesting finish. Did you see that match, Kairi Sane versus Shayna on NXT TV? Did you see anything about it?
No, I haven't watched anything on NXT TV for a couple months now.
Well, you said you knew who won out of Cole and Gargano. So that's why I always have to ask.
That's fair.
So, Kairi... So, Shayna just beats the ever-loving shit out of her. And then Shayna's goons come out. And Io comes out to, level the playing field. And then Shayna gets back control of the match and starts just, she's clearly won and she's, not pinning her. And she's about to break her arm or something. And Io just is like, I'm not going to sit and watch you break her arm, and she jumps in and gets Kairi disqualified.
Huh.
And it was if Kairi lost, that would be her last chance at the NXT title.
Oh, wow. Emotion.
Yeah, it has been emotional.
I was to say, it has been emotional.
This match is longer than I remember.
Yeah, I was gonna say, I'm like, man, this ran out of steam about like 5 minutes ago for me.
I liked some of the striking exchanges. I think they keep everything interesting. I think if you're, what did I say? There's a note in here somewhere that I liked. No, it's not. It's not quite this match that I said that about. But like, I do think if people are into these guys, I think if you're paying attention to it, you get something out of it. I can't tell if we've missed that spot though, or whether this match is just like 30 minutes long. Also, people on the Twitter were like, "Oh my god, a wrestling show that's under 3 hours! I'm so happy." Takeovers used to be 2 hours on the dot. I'm sure of it. And this one goes 40 minutes over, and it's like, ugh. Like, there's only 5 matches on this card. Where does all that time come from? None of the matches, to be fair, felt like they were super long. They just felt slightly longer than they should be. I think that spot's coming up now. I'm hyping it up. This is the one thing I want out of this match, is that rando spot.
It's just gonna be like a DDT, and that's it.
Yeah, no, it's a DDT. What do you think about DDTs in modern wrestling? They're not treated with enough respect.
Okay.
Oh, he's got him. He's going for a tombstone. Is it the shitty Matt Riddle tombstone? Oh! Who's gonna hit it? Ah! Hey! Okay. Yeah, I think this is the spot. Yeah,
that wasn't the spot?
This is it. That's it. So, I think it's supposed to be that Tyler's head got thrown off by that back and forth on the tombstone spot, and then the stuff that came slightly after it, and so he misses the enziguri, right? Just completely whiffs it.
No, it's supposed to be a drop kick. He was trying to catch Dream out of the air, but Dream hesitated.
Oh, okay, interesting. I didn't see that.
Because at least I got it that Breeze was thinking too far ahead, and all that Velveteen did was not jump the moment Breeze thought he would, and he just fell.
Interesting. Okay, I don't know if your new information makes it more or less. Whether I like it more or less, because it feels more.
Yeah, because what you said makes some sense until I think about it, and I'm like, I don't think he was going for an enziguri. I'm pretty sure that was a drop kick. I thought the idea was him trying to catch him.
So then, do you think so I thought it was intentional with my line of thought, but with yours, I'm starting to think it might not have been intentional. Do you think it was intentional?
Oh yeah, no, I think that was intentional.
Okay. And do you like it?
I don't know though, because with how quick Dream moves right after to like recover.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Okay, let's go into the assumption it is intentional. Do you like it?
Yeah, I don't mind that. It's realistic. Like, you'd be thinking about game plan, thinking about, you see something and go, I can counter that. But, you've just had your tombstone thing reversed a couple different times. You've been on your head for like half of a minute. You're not thinking totally straight. So all that it takes is just one hesitation. He doesn't even like look to see whether or not Dream's actually going to jump. He just is like, yep. And then he's like, oh shit.
Also, we can see Tyler Breeze has been watching his fair share of Will Ospreay matches the last couple of years.
Yes. Nando's with the lads.
Cheeky, you might say.
Almost.
Would you not go that far?
I would not go that far. Not for Tyler Breeze.
Poor Tyler Breeze.
It's his fault.
Seriously though, one interesting thing about the Cardiff Takeover, when I joked about me being the only one there, I think I am one of the very few people who is actually like able to go to this show because I live nearby Well, I will be living nearby on August 31st. So I don't need to book a hotel. And all the hotels in Cardiff on that day are going to be ridiculous because of the Wales game. And yeah, so I don't know how much they're going to sell out for that show, but I was
going to say, so did they fuck up? Like,
oh yeah, they've always fucked up. NXT Takeover Blackpool or one of the NXT tournament shows in the UK was on at the same day as like as an England football match or something. Like their scheduling in the UK is really bad.
And I just assume Vince doesn't get how culturally important that is. Like, it's...
Of course.
He couldn't understand. I'm like, because I'm trying to...
It's probably Trips, you know.
Actually, yeah, with the NXT stuff, it definitely is Trips. And I think he just, he doesn't get...
Okay, and just so this is coming up on the finish. So Tyler can just roll out of the ring and
break
stop the couch.
Like, literally. Tyler, you absolute fucking idiot.
So... Well, that's right. He does stop the count like that, and it's more emotional.
It's so weird because, like, he'd make the case or whatever. Oh, he's just being emotional, right? Like, he's just saying, "Can you just not do that real quick?" But like, that's like rule like number 5 in wrestling. Like,
but
like that's a thing that like
Tyler's story in NXT hasn't been that he's a really good wrestler. Let's be honest here.
He's just really stupid.
He's just he's stupid, sexy, strong style.
Listen, if they ever decided to tell me in any kind of way, aside from this match, is the first time I've ever like really noticed them doing it multiple times that Tyler might be like really stupid.
I think most wrestlers are.
Well, I mean, everybody goes for a top rope nothing every once in a while where they just kind of jump off and go, ah!
Or, they break up an elimination attempt in a Royal Rumble for, whatever reason. Hey, I don't want that guy to get eliminated for some reason.
Wait a minute, that's my friend. Wait, no, it isn't.
No, it isn't.
Why'd I do that?
It's my heated enemy, but I don't want you to get another elimination. Because I want to be Kane. But nobody wants to be Kane. So what did you think about this match? You didn't seem into it. Is that it?
I guess it was fine.
Seems to be this was your worst match of the night so far.
Yeah.
I actually preferred this over the tag match.
Ooh, what the fuck?
I will say, watching it a second time, it's definitely soured me on it a little bit.
Oh shit, I haven't been doing belts either. Oh god.
I mean, if you want my stuff, I have belts. Not sure if they're formatted the same way yours are. Yeah, never mind. I couldn't paste anyway.
I got them, don't worry.
Yeah, no, I thought, I don't know. I will agree with you. Watching it back the second time, it dragged at times. I might go down on this match quite a bit, actually. But then again, I really,
gave it...
Go on. Go on, sir.
I gave it a 2.5.
Interesting. I definitely think it had more substance to it than that. I think if you're looking for
I would agree,
it had structure, it had story, it had character moments. The work was fine.
I just think it went too long, and that kills wrestling sometimes for me. When shit goes way too long, I can't forgive that. Like, there's...
I can if they don't, like, do stuff to do stuff. I'll say that much. Like, I don't like when wrestling goes too long either, and it can plummet my thoughts on a match, but, like, this only went 16 minutes.
No, you're serious?
It went 16:50, so almost 17.
That felt like half a fucking hour.
Whew, I agree with that.
Like, that is ridiculous.
But yeah, and I don't think, like, obviously there was a lot of rest time because these two aren't particularly great. But, and I mean, I say that, I like Dream, but, like, there was, I think they filled it with a lot of stuff. Like, I will agree that watching it the second time, though, definitely felt like it dragged a bit more. But I do think there was a lot there. I think if you, I mean, look, you like Dream, right? And if you didn't like it, then you're the kind of person like my thinking first time around was like, I liked it. Someone who likes Stream would really like that match. So if you didn't like it, then
he's a very good sports entertainment worker. I think he works very well in this product. I don't know if you put him in somewhere else if he works as well. But yeah, I thought this was very okay. Are you ready for part 2, buddy?
Part 2? What do you mean?
Randy Orton versus Triple H.
Oh shit, that's...
Triple H is going through his entire Evolution hit list.
Oof. Are you watching that show, ever?
No. Not unless I have to.
You never have to.
Oh my god, is it Switchblade? Here? Is it Jeff Hardy?
You never have to watch any show, Tucker.
Oh wait, no, I forgot who this is. Now I know who. It's literally better Baron Corbin.
Wait, who is
But now I like Baron Corbin.
I missed that the first time I watched this show.
That's Punishment Martinez.
Oh, is that the big fucker that had a good match with Tomohiro Ishii?
Big lanky fucker from ROH.
I thought it was. Interesting. I don't know if he's a better Baron Corbin, maybe.
I think he's immediately better. Baron gets better with age.
He's like a fine wine.
The more you're around Baron, the more you realize how great he is. It's a progressive greatness.
Can't wait for Io to win this match and become the new ace of the Joshi division. You know, the heavy metalweight championship Joshi division.
She did everything.
She's so good, though. Like, I'm going to be so... Like, I know a lot of people are always like, I'm so sad when this guy or this gal gets ruined by WWE, but, like, when Io gets ruined by WWE, I'm going to be really sad. You have something to say, I think, Tucker. Go on.
No, I didn't. I was just thinking about all the other potentially ruined. Like Shayna came to mind. I think they'll fuck her up.
Yeah, but like with Shayna, I'm not that like because she was really great in NXT, but like I think she has an expiration date just because the more I think she works wrestling, the less interesting she becomes, and I think she is a niche worker. But with like Io, she could literally, if New Japan wasn't a male company, Io could literally be the ace of the biggest company in pro wrestling for sure. She has that skill set,
right? But
like she's transcendent. She's transcendent. She is by far the best female worker of the decade, and I don't think it's even close unless you value. Like it depends on your stance on volume versus quality, right? Because like if you're like, okay, peak is all that matters. Okay, 2015 Sasha Banks maybe a little higher, but like Io has years that are really close to that, and she has like 9 of them. Whereas Sasha only has that 1. And maybe you could argue that first year on the main roster with Charlotte was really high quality stuff too. But I don't think that second year, this isn't like Io's top 5. Like this is a worker who has taken literally fresh out of the dojo graduate green people to 4-star matches and made them. Momo Watanabe and mainly Momo Watanabe right now has a star based on the fact that she worked with this woman for 2 years.
God. What do you think about her generic Asian girl theme, though?
I it's fine. I was expecting generic Asian girl. I think Kyrie's is obviously better.
They gave Asuka the one go around of not.
I mean, that's pretty generic too. Actually, no, you're right. Never mind. I was thinking of Hideo Itami's for some reason because I'm racist, I guess.
Yes, that's not even racism. That's just fucking like. I just saw a sign in the crowd that said Io Shirai, and then right next to it one that says "just married." So it looks like just married Io Shirai.
To get in some.
Congrats, lad. Get in.
That's worth a cheeky Nando's. Oof. There she is.
All I hear from you is oof. I'm like, god damn it.
What? She's the machine. She's Ernest Youngman. Seriously though, I will say, adding these two to the package has definitely been a big negative.
Yeah, I don't think Shayna ever needed cronies. I think that was her appeal. She was like...
It's like Kenny Omega in the Bullet Club. It's like, he's good, and adding all this shit makes me forget that. AJ Styles might be a better example, because some people on this show don't like Kenny Omega.
Who would that be?
I have no idea.
Is it Marshall?
I think Marshall's a big Kenny Omega mark.
Oh.
I just refreshed my Twitter. I just refreshed my Twitter timeline and saw Hiromu Takahashi wins Best of Super Juniors, and I was like, "Wait, 1 was the show today?
Wait,
2? How has that happened?"
How did that happen?
Shingo comes out and he says, "I may be undefeated, but my LIJ teammate is back, and I'm giving my spot up to him."
I'm finally going to be a heavyweight like I should be.
You guys told me if I won this tournament, I wouldn't be allowed to fight for the IWGP Heavyweight title. So I'm not winning the tournament. And he walks away.
I don't know why it's also never clicked to me. So obviously, right, I have so much more faith in a possible main roster run for Shayna now that Ronda is not around. Because I was very afraid she was going to eat pins for Ronda if they associated the two immediately.
I don't know. I think that might be better than what she's actually going to do. Because at least then she might get over by osmosis. Whereas now they're just going to have her eat pins for nobody.
You think she's just going to eat pins?
Oh, man. Has there been an NXT roster woman that's come onto the main roster and within 6 months actually been as pushed as they should have been?
I like as they should have been. You denied my Charlotte instantly. You're just like, nope.
Even Charlotte, it's arguable that she should have been pushed harder. I don't know. Like she was in those 6-man tags for God knows how long.
Oh God, 6-man tags. Don't remind me.
Team Bad and the Submission Sorority.
The Submission Sorority.
What did they change? Was that the one that changed their name to PCB? Or were they a different one?
Yes.
Okay.
Because, you know. You know.
Yeah. That's a different kind of subscription service. Alright, I'm interested in this one. I want you to watch this one. I want to know what you think. So for those watching, or for the one listener, you can skip ahead 20 minutes, because that's when we'll start talking again.
I might say the occasional piece, but I'm not really looking to get into anything.
Okay, good. I guess I will do some of that alternative commentary. So Io slaps Shayna in the face. Walks away there. Very confident. Shayna with the lariat missed. Oh, now Io. Oh, the kick, it's missed. Oh, reverse. Oh, the slap to the back. Double leg takedown from behind. Shotgun drop kick. To a seated position. Shayna rolls out of harm's way. Io could be looking for El Fuego here. Oh, stops just before the ropes. Shayna not going to get caught out by any of that nonsense, but then gets hit by a baseball slide.
Yeah. Isn't it a basement drop kick?
Sure, basement drop kick. Io El Fuego. He's dropping it like it's 1998.
Oh no.
Io perched on the second rope. Oh, Shayna just ripping her from it. She landed straight on her neck there, Byron. And Shayna, always the ring general, targeting that arm immediately. She's broken at least 3 arms. Io trying to use those expert legs of hers to get out of this predicament. But Shayna wasn't having any of it. And already Io is compromised. We saw this happen to many superstars over the years. Ember Moon, Tony Storm, Kairi Sane, the other one, what was her name? The happy chick. Tegan Knox, no. The Team Kick, Evie.
Dakota
Kai, thank you. Dakota Kai. You know, this was the type of predicament that Kairi found herself in a couple weeks ago when Io had to step in to prevent her from suffering long-term damage. But there's no one here to step in for Io tonight. She might need it. She's already looking out of this match. And this isn't going to make matters better at all. This is very, lackadaisical from Shayna. You know, this isn't controlled or precision. She knows any touch to that arm is going to... Well, that's not going to help. I hope Io doesn't have any uses for that left arm tomorrow, because it's going to be out of action. I'm very much bored of this commentary thing, so I think I'm just going to stop that.
No dedication.
No, none.
Shame.
Shayma Baszler?
Ooh. Shame us?
I just noticed that Io has Io on her knee pads now. And, well, at least one of them. I want to see the other one. It used to be Ace.
It's in case you forgot.
The Ace ones are a cool nod. I'm disappointed they didn't let her keep those. I like that. Shayna goes for the kick. Io hasn't sat up yet, so she just picks her up. Oof. The way that fucking arm is bent. It'd be fun to see Shayna and Alexa have a match. Because apparently Alexa has that, she can, dislocate all her joints.
She's double jointed or whatever, right? She can bend her arm, all the way back or whatever.
That's why I'd be good coming back to the ring. Because these days my joints are oof. Me and Marty Skrull would have a banger.
You and your World of Sport days?
Me and my Welsh heavyweight days. Also, do you notice that bridge Io couldn't hold the pin because of her arm?
Yes.
Good. Just pointing it out there, you know? Also, I'm looking at this Hiromu Takahashi winning Best of Super Juniors picture, and I don't see Shingo anywhere. I just see Sanada, Evil, and Bushi. Also, why is Bushi celebrating? He was in the tournament.
Listen, he had fun. That's all that matters.
I don't know if he did. I think it's a pretty rough year for Bushi. Also, apparently Io marked out on Twitter recently because Rey Mysterio commented on that 619.
That's fucking awesome.
Yeah, we still have the main event. Oh my god.
They aren't acknowledging it as much as I'd like to. But it's great to see that even, I wouldn't say subtly, but, Morrow's just in his own fucking world. Io's offense has completely become revolved around her legs.
Yeah, it totally isn't always her offense.
Well.
No, yeah. Also, look at her changing that. Look, she changed the grip on her arm there. She was gripping with her left arm, and then she changed it to grip on with her right arm. No, I agree with you definitely on the point. It's just, that is clearly what they were trying to do, but she does do that a lot.
Shame.
Shayna? Also, apparently all the NXT fucking UK people are just touring the indies these days. Seeing like a bunch of the NXT UK people just advertised for indie shows.
Weird.
Yeah. Also, the Best of Super Junior final this year is in Ryogoku. Also, that is oof. Oof. Shayna Baszler continues to be an absolute savage.
Damn.
Well, there's a little lull. Why don't you walk us through what you're thinking so far?
It's good so far. I'm waiting on something.
Something?
I don't know. Maybe you did a disservice because you hyped it up, but
I didn't really hype it up. I hyped up an angle, remember?
oh, an angle.
Yeah,
okay,
yeah.
That's good to know.
The match I didn't really mention anything about, other than I was just interested.
It's clean.
I definitely think it's very much one of Shayna's matches, which I think I like the style. Well, other than this.
Oh. Oh yeah, I remember seeing the gif of this when she's just like, "Yeah, I was there," like whatever the hell she said on Twitter when she was like, "Yes, I came out because I was in the back."
Fuck, look at that kendo stick is not holding
Jesus.
up. What I like about this is that that's pretty much it for the interference. It's pretty well handled and just like out of the way.
No, I never thought that like big bad murderer badass Shayna Baszler needed some random cronies to help her like heal out of matches.
Nah, but Ric Flair didn't need his cronies either.
Yeah, but Ric Flair wasn't like a badass though.
I mean, he was pretty good.
Yeah, but you know, it was never like a key thing of the character. Like I will murder people. Like, I mean, actually, Rick was kind of very unethical. He might have to get the belt. Now I think about it, like,
Yeah, it was always the soul that like the kind of heel Rick's always was. He can beat you clean, but he beats you dirty anyway.
he beats you dirty because he can.
Yeah. I still love that spot. Like it's happened a few times, but anytime anyone Suzuki does it a lot. Also, I'm gonna point out multiple times because I've done it for fucking 2 years. Shayna Baszler just steals Minoru Suzuki's spots. There was like the match she had with I think Ember in February of last year was right after a match, a Tanahashi Suzuki match. It was basically the Tanahashi Suzuki match, and then that spot right there was done in a Suzuki Sonata match earlier this year. Like Shayna Baszler is a massive Minoru Suzuki mark. Change my mind. I always like these spots. These days, just long, like I love it with baby faces like this because it's like you know they really don't want to fucking give up, but the slow loss of hope, and then sometimes obviously you get the fire spot where they make it. That's always fun. But this time it doesn't happen.
Phenomenal. Really like that fucking finish. I feel like that's how choke submissions should be, like, almost all the time, because that is how it would be.
It's very subverting expectation, because often when you get those long, like, that's why I really like them these days, when you get those long submission finishes where it's like, in almost every other match you've been conditioned, the cliche is if it's a long submission, they eventually get out. But
they stole that spot from, well, obviously numerous places, but the one I thought of immediately was Asuka Baylor, the original one.
So long ago, I don't remember it being that long.
I do, because it was a national tragedy.
More recently, it did happen in that Suzuki Tanahashi match that I was talking about from last year. That
well, there you go.
Basically, the whole 50 minutes was him being a leg lock. Also, okay, this is the angle afterwards. I'm interested to see what your thoughts are.
I've got a replay. I don't know if you have.
Yeah, me too. I know it's going to happen before the next match. Okay,
just making sure.
Yeah.
You said it's an angle?
Yeah.
Does it involve the women here?
Yeah.
Okay.
That spot right there, that one where she tries to bridge into it and then she gets caught in a sleeper, that's the one that Sonata did earlier this year.
Also, weirdly kind of realistic that, like, oh shit, wait.
What was the realistic part before the angle started? Oh, well, too late.
Fuck yeah.
This is perfect for Rio's character.
She's the ace, dude. She doesn't fucking lose.
No. She does not fucking lose.
She does not fucking lose. God tier. Does she cover her anyways? Oh, I don't love that. She covered her anyways and counted her own fucking pin. Like, she's cashing in Money in the Bank. She's calling for the briefcase. It reminds me of the one fucking, like, ref or whatever when Carmella cashed in her Money in the Bank, and he's like, "You want to do what? you what?
It's probably
how does this
wasn't
work?"
That the year where she had it for like ages.
Yeah.
Also,
one
of the things I wrote in my notes is that all of the good EO fire comeback stuff happened after the match, which is just perfect. Like that, the fucking chair moonsault was really cool.
Oh, this is weird because. No, yeah, don't listen to them. You're better than that.
Shayna now knows that she can win, but she can also lose. And I cannot fucking wait for the hardcore match.
I was gonna say, I'm like, we're doing a fucking hardcore match, right? Fuck yeah.
I hope
I
hope it's hardcore steel cage. But it's not going to be, but I hope it is. Watch this, by the way. Watch when Shayna turns. Look at her back. This is a night for backs. It happened to Kyle earlier.
I couldn't tell whether or not this was a double turn initially, because of how the crowd reacted. I was like, wait, what? Like, because, like, crowd very much against the actions of Io Shirai here.
But then, I'm not sure if they're chanting it yet since I
yes, they are! It kind of sets in, they're like, wait! Fuck you!
So, what I found interesting about this match, I thought it was good. I didn't like it as much as the first match, because the first match was fucking god tier. But everywhere I could find on the internet, people thought this was the worst match of the night. And I was like, that feels to me like systematic, like, gender issues. Because, like, sure.
Okay, well, I don't know if I'd go that far, because the women have had, like, really good matches that have been hailed by many people.
Not for a while. Like, all of the Shayna stuff gets really... Like, maybe it's because of Shayna. Maybe it's a Shayna thing. Maybe it's a style thing.
I was gonna say, maybe people just don't like the Baszler style.
Yeah,
like,
that's fair. But then again...
People don't like Lesnar, and she plays a similar thing where the babyface almost gets that hope spot, and then she stamps it out.
I think the style thing... There's a lot of style stuff that, like, Kyle does that people really get into. Like, it's like she does very similar stuff to Kyle, I think, when he has singles matches.
Right.
I don't know. I just think it's weird because it's not just like, oh, this was a little worse than everything else. People thought this match was really bad.
Really?
Yeah.
I definitely say it's better than the ladder. Like, definitely better than the ladder. Definitely better than Dream Breed. Like,
so yeah, that's what I was very weird about.
That's straight. Like, and that's like your circles as well. Like, I assume. Like,
My circles are pretty mainstream. Like, you know, what I mean, like I don't. Actually, let me see what was. I do have more niche circles, but I don't think they've watched Takeover yet. Because, you know, who's watching Takeover?
That's true. If I'm not watching Takeover, Jesus Christ, like nobody's watching Takeover.
Yeah, most people are just. Most of the people that think very similar to me about pro wrestling have stopped watching pro wrestling.
Gotta love this year.
It's not just this year. It's probably been since like 20. I'd say since. Have we had a good year of pro wrestling since 2016? Because I wouldn't say so.
I love Steph in the crowd. Everybody's just like, "Aw."
See Britt Baker there, bottom left.
Yeah. Why is she just there? Like, I know why, obviously, but she's just there. Like, she's just there. Like,
yeah.
Why did she start pointing the guy in the Macho Man t-shirt?
That's Triple H.
That was Triple H, was it?
Yeah, Triple H. All right, this match.
I don't know if they've copyrighted it or not. I would love Morrow to preface this match by just asking who's ready for a super kick party.
If we're not gonna talk about something else during this match, you're probably gonna have to do some sort of commentary over it because if we're not talking about something else, I don't know if I can bear to talk about this match.
Are you serious? Oh my god, it's not even like fun, is it? It's boring.
No, it's a very serious 30-minute main event.
Oh my god.
I'm fine if you want to tap out. By the way.
No, we're going the whole way, brother.
All right, then we
got one more to go. Push on.
You're either gonna have to go in hard on this match, or we're gonna have to find something else to talk about.
Well, we can talk about other things, yeah.
All right.
There's plenty to talk about in the world.
Yeah, like you know, yeah. How about them sports teams? Mine's already won. Will yours?
I hope. I doubt they will, but I hope.
I mean, doubt seems strong. It's early.
What's that?
So, you say, you know, they doubt they will? It's still early? It's all still in the balance.
Yeah, and it's just... It's something about Toronto sports. It's like good things don't happen here.
Well, my team, before last Saturday, had lost their last 6 cup finals. So, you know, it always comes to an end at some point. Someone's got to win. And you have Drake.
God damn it. Yes, we have Drake.
If you lose, by the way, you need to get rid of Drake. You need to be aware
Probably,
of that. Yeah.
We should have to, yeah. God, Gargano's gonna...
What?
I've gone in like a year from being like all over Johnny Gargano, being like, that guy, he's, I think, really good, to being like, I can't stand him.
I don't know where I'm
Mostly-
at with Johnny either. Like, it's
Mostly because I hate his character right now. Like, his wrestling has always been his wrestling, but I hate his character now because they don't know what the fuck they're doing.
No.
What the hell happened to the softcore, like, heel turn he did? And then all of a sudden, no, he's the good guy now.
Yeah.
Ignore.
Minor spoilers. Pretty, like, the way this whole match plays out, it feels like Cole's meant to be the good guy. Right? Like,
Is that because people knew that they were gonna cheer Cole anyways? Like, they booked it like they knew that people wanted Cole to win? Like,
oh man, I don't know where I'm at with Gargano, because, like, I feel like he can be really good, but he needs the right guy, and he needs not to face them 5 times. Like, it's really, like, specific. Like, I still really love that Aleister Black match from last year. Or was it the year before? I think it was the year before. It was the one with 2 rings. Did they do that last year?
oh, they got that guy who raps to the wrestling themes I've seen occasionally on Twitter.
Are you sure he's not a different guy? I think there's a couple guys that do that.
No, that's the guy.
Okay.
This is the exact guy I was thinking of.
Okay.
Don't trip on the cord, brother.
Oh, they're pulling that cord closer. It's clearly.
They're like, nope.
By the way, I thought he was losing when he got this entrance. I mean, come
It
on.
is a bit of a big, spectacular, like, I'll see you on Raw entrance.
No, I just mean, like, it's the WWE curse, right? You get the live performance entrance, you always lose. Except for, I guess, Mysterio.
Yeah.
So what do you think about Adam Cole?
Why?
What do you mean, why? Because he's fucking
What the fuck do people see in him? Shawn Michaels?
He works fast, he talks smooth, he's
Yes,
pretty.
he just looks like Shawn Michaels
He's
and
pretty.
wrestles like Shawn Michaels.
He's got a cool
It's just Shawn
chant.
Michaels.
He's got a cool theme. A bit of a zeitgeist around him. He was an indie guy. He was a big indie guy in all the big indie companies.
All the big indie companies like Ring of Honor.
Yeah, the biggest indie company. And by indie, I mean, like, indie, like, as a genre, not as a descriptor in terms of.
Well, I meant indie as in, like, kind of like Carney. Like, I don't know, like taking a fan backstage and trying to intimidate them or something like that. Like,
Yeah. Who would do that?
no, nobody.
That kind of
Nobody's that.
referential humor only works when we didn't talk about that earlier in the same show.
Yes, but
Also, by the way, I don't think I've told you, Tiger Mask got a second 0 in the tournament. So he continues his streak of 2 zeros a year.
he's doing it.
Yeah.
Oh, and just FYI, Captain Marvel.
Nice. Oh, I didn't
That's-
see that. Cool.
His cosplay here tonight.
So yeah, you've gone a little bit further in the tournament. Have you yet come around on the big hot take that Kanemaru, Tiger Mask, and the other guy are having good tournaments? I think it's just Kanemaru and Tiger Mask.
Yeah. I see nothing that has changed my mind.
God damn it. Wait, let's have a look at that first Karkin show and see if I need to ask specific stuff. First Karkin show.
First Kirkin show. Kanemaru fights Show.
One sec, let me find that then.
And
Show.
Tiger Mask fights Dragon Lee.
I see it, right. No, I didn't like either of those matches. Yeah, there you go. I'll wait in anticipation. Are you now fine? Are you seeing Titan? No, Titan's fine. Well, kind of. Are you seeing Taka's body fall apart yet?
Yes. I thought this was the match he got injured, but it wasn't. And I was like, oh. I kept waiting for him to get hurt, but he didn't.
It's in a while. Do you want to know who it's against? So you can. Or do you want to stay
sure.
on your tender hooks?
Sure.
It's against Shingo.
Okay.
So it's the last Karkin show.
Okay, so 2 more shows.
Oh shit! The best Super Juniors finals is in 12 hours. Really? Jesus.
Oh
Christ.
God.
Oh, that's not too bad. Oh yeah, I'll be fine. I'll sleep. By the way, we're gonna recap the shows on the weekend, but best Super Juniors finals is tomorrow. That is June the 5th, and I really do recommend it. I think the card's really good. Wow, I say that.
They're booing him.
Yeah. I think
this is something. They knew something going into this. Whoever booked this match definitely knew that Cole was going to get cheers.
That's the thing as well. So one thing I wrote, we can talk a little bit about NXT, I think. One thing I wrote on my notes was that if you look at all the finishes, and you can look back at all the finishes from tonight and make your own conclusion, I think it shows why NXT is so well received. Because even though the finishes, the results might not be like something you might agree with, all the finishes were really well booked, right? That's one thing NXT I think gets really right, is that whether or not the results are what fans want, the finishes are almost always well booked in NXT. But other than that, I don't understand how you can sit from the fucking Kevin Owens, Finn Balor era, all the way through Shinsuke Nakamura, Bobby fucking Roode, all the way to now, and think that the NXT men's main event scene is in any way good. Like, or sustainable, or whatever, right? I don't understand how people can keep getting excited for these men's main events.
I see memes and I like them. That's why I look forward to these matches at this point, just because there's a certain joy, I think, that I get in realizing that I can just not take wrestling seriously all the time, and I can just have fun and watch these guys just try to do Shawn Michaels spots. But now I'm really worried that there won't be any Shawn Michaels spots.
There are Shawn Michaels spots, but it's not.
Oh,
it's definitely a very serious main event. And I also saw before this show, because it's obviously the 25th one, and it was kind of being pitched as like an anniversary show. Someone posted a poster of all of the Takeover main events, and obviously only one of them is a women's main event throughout it all. And someone posted, only one of them was a women's after all this time, and there's actually been a lot of main roster women's main events now. And then someone responded how many of them deserved to be women's main events, and I just thought, like, most of them.
Yeah. Often. I'll be honest, oftentimes, like, and maybe it's not because the women are necessarily far and above the men, it's just maybe, like, most likely whoever the fuck main evented on the men's side, it's probably pretty fucking boring.
Yeah, and, like, it's not always wrestling quality, right? Sometimes, by the way, this is the story. Here's the Shawn Michaels stuff. Yeah, sometimes it is, like, tonight, I would have absolutely main evented with the women. And I think there was a chance that these guys had a better match. But I would have absolutely main evented with the women because the angle was way hotter.
Oh yeah, Kyrie. Fuck,
that's racist.
Yep, that is racist. Fucking snapping finally, and
yep,
pushed her over the edge.
And like, did Ciampa and Gargano need 3 straight main events? Or could you throw in a few of the Shaynas in there?
Yeah.
Did we really need Shinsuke and Bobby Roode to main event 2 NXT Takeovers?
Yes.
Kevin Owens and the fucking Finn Balor era. Finn Balor had a feud with Samoa Joe that went 3 straight takeovers. None of those matches were good.
No.
Bayley was on the brand at the time. I'm pretty sure some of those Finn Balor Samoa Joe matches went above a Bayley Asuka match. None of the Bayley Asuka matches main evented. Asuka Ember never main evented. Sasha and Bayley had 2 matches, only one of them main evented. Like, there's so many on the show that, like, that's been my biggest problem with NXT for years, is the main events. The Takeover shows are great and all, but the men have only delivered a main event that was a good enough match that I would consider it, like, worth it, like, once, and it was Our Evolution. I think there was. I was going to say,
what's Our Evolution main event?
Adrian Neville, Sami Zayn.
That's the one I was thinking of. Yeah.
And there's an argument to say the reason why that delivered so much is because the card wasn't great. But I do think that match was really good. I think
there's a lot of stuff behind it.
Yeah, I think the Neville Sami Zayn stuff was really good, but the undercard was the Ascension versus Finn Balor and Hideo Itami, and the Lucha Dragons versus the Vaudevillains or something, and Bayley versus Charlotte.
Leave the Vaudevillains alone. Aiden English deserves love.
Okay.
No, he doesn't.
Okay. I'll follow your lead either way. Look, I liked Blue Pants as much as the next guy. I'll give him credit. I think it was the Vaudevilles versus Buddy and Blake.
Yes.
I think that was like the most overachieving match of all time. It was at Brooklyn, I think. And it was Vaudevillains versus Blake and Murphy. And it was surprisingly really hype. It wasn't a good match, but it was over.
Yeah, that's the match I always talk about where I was more excited belts than I was when Alpha.
Yeah.
I don't know why the Vaudevillains winning felt more like a big deal than Alpha winning.
So this match has certainly existed. People are really hot about this match, but has anything happened in the first 5 minutes here?
They've kind of touched each other a little bit sometimes.
Well, Cole did that the first Shawn Michaels spot where he looks at the back and thinks, "Was I right to come out here alone?" I'm lonely. This is a match about Adam Cole getting over his loneliness.
Can he do it on his own?
It's not even that he needs them to cheat. He just needs them for emotional support.
Emotional support.
I'm actually kind of excited about watching Jon Moxley tomorrow. I'm interested to see if he's any good.
Yeah, I think a lot of people are.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people are because they think he's good. I'm hoping he's good, but I'm not expecting him to be.
Yeah, I'm definitely in that boat where unlike everybody else, one big pop segment will not let me forget Mitch the Potted Plant. And the Bray Wyatt feud, and the hardcore match with Lesnar at Mania, and the match with Rollins he literally put on 8 months ago.
Oh yeah. Well, the match with Rollins he put on 4 years ago was pretty good. Or
yeah.
5 years ago.
Yeah, but it takes a little bit more than that to at least for me to forget.
I think I don't know if my problem is this, but I'll say partially my problem is I didn't really like Jon Moxley as a wrestler. I thought he was a fine promo, a little bit generic, but the wrestling was He's very much a deathmatch guy, and he's not working death matches anymore. And then I think half of the people who are excited about him weren't Jon Moxley guys either. They just think everyone's misused in the WWE, I guess.
Yeah. Yeah.
The Ziggler crowd, I don't know actually. I think the Ziggler crowd is very much gone.
Well, let us speak its original truth, the Chris Jericho crowd.
As we determined the other day. But I think that crowd that are like, oh well, anyone's better outside WWE, and I actually kind of liked. I think that crowd liked Dean Ambrose in WWE, so they were like, oh, we want to see more. And to be fair, I thought he had a good year. And then the other people are people that really liked Jon Moxley before he joined the WWE, so they're looking forward to seeing more of that.
But I think both of those groups are going to get disappointed.
I don't know, man. I don't know. People really like Chris Jericho matches.
Yeah, but not now.
Yeah. Surely there's still some people.
Who are these people?
The people that put him in fucking the main event and the second biggest New Japan show in the year.
It's just Gato. Gato's senile anyways. It can't be. There must be people. Doesn't Dave like Chris Jericho matches? Which Dave?
The Melts Dave.
The one that we used to know. Yeah, no.
Yeah, we used to know
Melts
Dave Meltzer.
Like
I don't think so. I think so. I think Melts gives them high ratings because he's a source. I think that's always been the story. Same with that. Rick's a source, so that's why Charlotte always gets high ratings.
Ooh, that's fair. That's a good shout. Yeah,
that's what I've always heard. It could be that look, a lot of people really like Charlotte matches, so maybe he's one of them.
I don't know how dependable it is, but listening off and on to something to wrestle or whatever with Bruce Pritchard, and not as often, but the sentiment is still similar. 83 Weeks, the spin-off with Eric Bischoff. They both talk a lot about how the people who leak shit get more favorable match ratings. So, like, that's straight up, like, I don't know, just when you mentioned that, I went, that's a thing. I know that's a thing that I've heard completely different sources that definitely happen. People leak shit in order to get better rated stuff from him.
It's also worth mentioning, though, like, Dave is, like, he's very passionate about wrestling. Like, nobody can deny that. And he has his favorite. Like, no, he clearly obviously really likes high flippy stuff. Like, he clearly does. He really enjoys that. He's passionate about it, and that's cool. And also, he's at a point now where I think he's allowing himself to be worked. Like, a lot of his scoops are wrong, because I'm pretty sure, like, all the AEW guys are just working him now. And I think he's fine with it.
He likes being in on it. He likes being in on the play.
Well, he's not in on the plan, though, because apparently they're not, like, saying, oh, tell him this. They're literally just telling him false... Oh, go on.
I said in on the play, not watching from behind the scenes. He wants to finally be out in the audience, but...
Oh, I know what you mean. Yeah, maybe. I think, I don't know. He's a very defensive man, so we're never going to get to the bottom of it, because whenever you say anything he doesn't like, he just calls you stupid.
Yeah. Well... His Twitter will prove that to you.
Yeah, very much so. Reading would be your friend if you wanted to find out how defensive Dave Meltzer is. Just go read his Twitter.
Yeah, it's weird, because, like, he's a good resource, of course, because he's been, watching wrestling, rating wrestling for fucking ages now. Like, God, it's 2019. But, like, I'd hope that a lot of people disagree with Meltz. And I don't think they do. Well, I mean, there's always going to be the crowd that just, whatever Meltz says is gospel. But I feel like more and more and more there are people who are kind of breaking away from that. Did Johnny Gargano's shoes light up?
I think so. I noticed that too.
No, I think they're catching reflections from the lights into the camera or something. Because I keep thinking I'm seeing them light up, but then I don't notice it at all.
Yeah, okay.
Anyways, like I was saying, I hope there were more people who use him, but, like, don't, totally follow him. You know what I mean? Just because...
I mean, obviously, like, he's a reporter, first and foremost. The ratings thing is just secondary.
But
the funny thing about the ratings is, obviously, so he gave a few, like... matches higher than 5 over the years, just to make a point that, like, nothing's ever going to get better than this. And then I swear to God, a few years ago, he accidentally put a star on a match that he didn't intend. And he's just riding that. That's always been my take on that. The Omega Okada match from the first time they did it at Wrestle Kingdom, I swear he meant to put 5, and he accidentally put 6. And he just would not admit it. And so he's been riding that ever since, and that's just broken his rating system.
Because it got him so much press or whatever that holy shit, 6 stars or whatever.
I think
that he's just like, I intended that.
I also think he's just the kind of man who doesn't like to correct mistakes. He's just like,
bit of an ego vibe I get from him. Yeah, like don't want to admit that he doesn't want to admit that, hey dude, you pushed the button on the keyboard one too many times. That's all. Don't even worry about that.
I'll have you know, sir, it's a typewriter.
Is it a typewriter?
I don't know. I've heard stories that the Observer gets worked on in a pretty low-tech environment at times.
God damn it. Easy. Slate and chisel. He's like, oh, fuck. Then you really know why he's stuck with 6. He's just like, oh, fuck. Oh, well, is what it is.
It is what it is. Yeah, because that's what I think. Obviously, he always says, well, I've rated 6 matches higher than 5 for years. But I think it was always just usually 6 or something like that, just to show, like, oh, yeah, this is as good as it's ever going to be. And the reason why he's done it so much recently is because of that one mistake. And he's like, well, I guess I have a 6-star rating scale now, or 7-star, or whatever it is. How high is it 7 the highest he ever went, or did he go higher?
I think he's done 7.5 recently. I'm not sure, actually.
It's like, when he gives that 5-star match to Cody and Dustin, it's like, cool, but now that's 1.5 stars lower than, or 2.5 stars lower than your max. 5 stars is the old 2.5 stars.
Yeah. Which, I mean, I'll disagree with it being 5. And I'm somebody who liked that. I thought it was possibly the best version of that match it could have been.
Yeah, I was actually surprised how low you went on it, the way you were talking about it. Can you go like 3 on it?
I find that's a bit of a thing. Like, I hype up something and I talk about it a lot, and then I reveal the rating for it, and you're always like, oh, geez, really? I went 3.25.
Yeah, that's like, I was surprised. I thought you were really into it, yeah.
I was. I think that's the absolute best version of that match right now. Like, in any given timeline, that is the best version of that match we could possibly have gotten. With those two guys, their skill sets, how they work, I think that's the best it could have been.
Well, I haven't seen the match. That is one show my circles have watched, though. And someone I know who is very harsh gave it 4. So, that's why I was a little surprised. I was like, oh, it must be good. But you're turning into the harshest wrestling critic I know, so there you go. You're going to be the new guy I talk about when I say someone I know who's really harsh.
It's because I don't like being too high on things. I think the biggest thing is that my first list or whatever, I gave out ratings too easily. And at the end of the year, I look back at it and I said, what the fuck? These are not this good. What the hell? And so, kind of over time, oh!
Those who are not watching along, there was a super kick party.
Oh! This is what I'm here for. Can we get like a 10-minute TV match of them just super kicking each other back and forth until somebody like passes out?
Have you heard of the Young Bucks?
Yes, but they go 30 minutes, so...
have I introduced you to some Kingdom 6-man... Not Kingdom. Yeah, wait. I don't know.
Yeah, Kingdom
yeah.
Bullet Club.
Yeah. For some reason in my head, I had Adam Cole and Young Bucks being a team, but it wasn't. It was Adam Cole and Jubal.
Well, they were.
Were they? When?
Yeah, when AJ immediately left, they Adam with the Bucks, and then he left like 6 months later.
Okay. Oh, I remember, because Adam like left the Kingdom, right? That was an angle.
Yeah, he betrayed the Kingdom. It was like the big, like, I think he like took the one shirt off and had the other, and oh, fuck! Which, I mean, they were probably better pairings for each other. Like, I think like the same groups of people like both of those guys a lot. I think we missed the double super catching it on replay, and I'm like, I didn't react to that.
Do you want to know why, Tucker? Because there's been 50 million super kicks.
Yeah, that's fair.
You know what I'd love is if they did do a match where it was all super kicks, and then like a punch finishes it.
Some dude just punches another, and it's like, what the fuck? Like, he built up his chin resistance, and he punched him in the forehead and killed him. That's how the body works, right?
One thing we could talk about, I saw on the Twitter sphere, this Moxley podcast run that he did with a couple guys. Do you listen to any of that?
I know the talking point of the Jericho one, or less what he said.
Okay. Thoughts?
It's always weird to hear things like that, because, like, it would make sense, but I don't know if I trust Jon Moxley. Like, I don't know what reason I don't have to trust him, but, like, I don't know.
It's interesting to me to see people comping it with the Punk stuff and saying that he handled it a lot better. I don't know about that.
Yeah. I didn't really think about that. I don't know if I heard that comparison. That's interesting enough to think about, though. But I have seen... what was the one point or whatever that you mentioned Punk, and I immediately... they didn't want to job him out because they thought he'd be like a martyr or something, and I'm like, I guess that makes sense, but it doesn't. Like, do they think people would just turn on the shows?
Aren't they literally doing that to the Revival, though?
Yeah.
Or maybe it's a work. You think it's a work, don't you? Isn't that what you were saying? Or did you think the Dean Ambrose stuff?
I thought the Ambrose stuff might have been a work until they did the big goodbye and everything went silent for like a week. And I went, oh my god, he's actually gone. Because the moment he didn't just show up on SmackDown the next week, I was like, oh my god.
That's fair. That's fair. They don't wait long with these things, do they?
Yeah, you remember when fucking I won the WWE Championship, I'm quitting, and then Cena got fired, came back like 2 hours later, and then Punk came back the next week. Like, both of those happened like instantly.
Hey, at least Punk stayed gone long enough for them to make Rey Mysterio the WWE champion.
I'm so sorry, Ray.
Fucking Rey Mysterio. At the center of all of the WWE like turning points is Rey Mysterio getting shat on.
Like literally.
So yeah, I know that the one thing I saw pop up on the mock, I wasn't that interested in a lot of it because I don't watch a lot of WWE, so I wasn't that interested in it. But the one thing I liked, but I found really interesting was the talk about like kind of a sense of anxiety he got on Mondays, which I thought was
that was wild to like read that, like because. I don't think anybody has ever. Oh, nice voice crack on my part. I don't think anybody has like ever said anything like that in wrestling before. Like touched on something like that. I don't just mean like in general anxiety, but like specifically talking about how fucking upset he was to come into work every single Monday. Like, fuck.
Yeah, like, I mean, related to that, I want to talk about, so I guess we'll still call him the B Block winner of Best of Super Juniors on his last night promo after he won his match. He cut a whole promo about anxiety and being stuck in his own head a lot of the time, which was really interesting. A lot of people were super into that promo. I don't know how I felt whenever media does mental health. I always feel weird about it because I don't like how much I relate to it. Like the BoJack episode from last season, you might remember it, where it's very like abstract, and it might have been from the season before last actually, the one with Holly I think it was, where BoJack's just stuck in his head the entire episode.
Right. Yeah.
That one just floored me for a few days because I just couldn't deal with it because it was too real. It's the same in like wrestling. It was just like I don't know. It's cool, but it's sometimes I think it can get too real. But I don't know, it's good. It's good to raise awareness, I guess.
Yeah, I think Moxley's case, of course, is different than B Block with.
Yeah, of course.
Because, that's... Well, you could debate whether or not B Block Winner's promo was, like, real or not, how much of it was work, how much of it was shoot. Of course, I haven't heard the promo, so I don't know what he mentions.
It's long and it's very it's relatable, so it feels real. Like a lot of people find very much struggle to put those things into words unless they felt them. And two, it's because of how long it was and how central it feels to that I guess his character now. It would be pretty shitty if it wasn't real. I'd say that.
That's.
I'm not sure if that was your point, but I thought I'd...
No, but I was just going to say, I was going back to what you said or whatever, where, like, sometimes it can be too real. It's like...
Yeah.
I think that is important, though, sometimes, to, like, have moments like that where it's real. Because, like, if B-Block winner is the B-Block winner I'm remembering, which I'm almost certain it is.
Fucking El Phantasmo, man.
Yep, El Phantasmo, man. He totally, completely changed his character talking about anxiety.
I was shocked when he left left Bullet Club the night before B Block ended. But then
when he left B Block and entered A Block,
when they moved him over to A Block, he was like, "I'm here now. I'm gonna be the man that beats Shingo.
I'm gonna win both blocks, and I'm just gonna sit there on the final night."
I want some workhorse to try to enter both blocks at some point in New Japan history. Either tournament.
To try to do both, realize they can't, drop out, and have that cost them their tournament because they tried to do too much.
What if they like halfway through, they've done slightly better in one block than the other, but they know that their body's falling apart, so they pull a Taka Michinoku, and in one of the blocks they pull out of the rest of their matches because of injury. But then all the B Block guys the next night, like, try to point out to the officials that he can wrestle. Like, come on.
He's there. He's wrestling there. a big pop for that, because I immediately thought of Red Shoes just doing like the shaking his head, like hand motion. Nope, no.
Yeah, so he just gets thrown out of the rest of his matches in B-block.
Amazing.
And every night you just have him like trying to find creative ways to get to the ring for his match, but Red Shoes is hunting him down.
God damn it. That's not El Phantasmo. That's the masked Del and Gizmo.
He dresses up, like, because obviously they're going to have a CMLL guy in that block, so he steals his mask.
God damn it.
We had a very serious conversation very quickly devolve.
Yes.
You were talking about it being too real.
Yeah, it was weird to hear, I guess I didn't hear, to see that Moxley talked about that stuff. Just because, like, I don't think it's a thing that, like, you think about, I think, in wrestling. Like, now, like, adding, I almost said his name, B-Block winner, their promo into this, thinking about the fact that, like, yeah, no, that definitely would, like, imagine, like, having performance anxiety. That is wrestling. Like, let alone just any kind of, like, I don't want to say normal anxiety, but, like, I don't want to say pedestrian anxiety. What's the word here, Tucker? But any kind of non-specific form of anxiety. General. Yes, thank you. But just having anxiety in general, like, how much that could, like, affect, like, a wrestler? It's weird that, like, I've kind of thought for a little while now that they should definitely do more things with, like, mental health in wrestling. Like, just because...
Yeah, I think, this discussion's been going on for a little while, and the conversation is always, is wrestling the right medium for it, and do we trust the current mainstream companies to tell it in the right way? Like, for example...
Absolutely not.
Yeah, for example, like AJ Lee and Dean Ambrose. Like, those were kind of mental health stories that were not treated particularly well.
Yeah. You're nothing but a soulless lunatic, Dean.
Yeah.
Jesus.
But, like, New Japan...
That was his friend, too! Like,
for all its faults, New Japan has touched on topics that have considered to be a little sensitive for wrestling recently, and done it relatively well. So, and look, at the end of the day, it's up to the individuals to tell those stories, and in environments like New Japan, where a lot of it is they get to do whatever the fuck they want, right? If the person trying to tell that story has been through it, they'll tell the story in the right way, right?
Yeah, no, I think that there's definitely, like... It's tough when you get into things like that, because as we try to destigmatize mental health, right? Or I guess mental illness, not destigmatize mental health. You're well? What's wrong with you? As we try to, destigmatize mental illness, I hope we get to the point where we could just tell those stories, and there's nothing wrong with that. Because I would hope that that's the ultimate goal, that we could talk about, like, have a character's arc be, finding a way to cope with their anxiety before matches or something like that. On the same level as this guy broke his fucking kneecap, and he's going to try to go through this tournament on one knee. Like,
yeah, I think, I think a lot of it's about awareness, and I think we spend so much money on disease awareness when I think media can be such a powerful tool for that. Like look at BoJack. I think that has had such a positive effect on mental illness awareness. So yeah, I know, and I think there have also been stories about mental illness that aren't this. Like grief is a big one. I think obviously it was on a lower level than actual grief, but like the Taguchi story from 2016 was very much a grief story. And the idea was, you are more than just your grief. And to, put a shameless plug in there, one of the major arcs of my, crap, I forgot what Oli series. Forgot what the name of the company was for a second. One of my major arcs was about grief. Although admittedly someone dies on camera in that show. So, that kind of makes it more of a central point.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, it's just... It's tough when, you hear things like what you said or whatever about, like, is that too real? Is that too sensitive to people? And, like, because yes, of course, like you 1,010% want to be, what the fuck is he beckoning?
He's
He's not beckoning anyone.
No.
It's all a lie.
Shawn Michaels.
Sean, where are you?
But Gargano's so paranoid, because if it was Gargano, he would have goons, because he's a bad guy. If Gargano was beckoning Ciampa, he'd come. So now Gargano is overconfident, because Gargano knows that his friends are better than Adam's friends.
What?
Because if Gargano wanted Ciampa to come out and help him, then Ciampa would come. Candice handed Io a chair earlier. Candice would hand Johnny a chair.
I love nuanced storytelling.
But Cole's looking at the back. Is he happy they didn't come? Was this part of the plan? Or is he getting stressed because he's still lonely? He doesn't have his emotional support.
He's deep character development.
Oh wait, sorry. All of that was wrong. I was looking at the wrong page. Let me get the super kick. Super kick. There we go. That's the character page.
Super kick. Wait, you want me to feel emotion? Super kick.
Oh, Gargano fell down. Oh, it's so deep.
I've never seen that before.
It's symbolism. It's symbolism for all of Cole's friends letting him down. And now Cole is going to prove he doesn't need anyone else. He's been let down before, but he's going to drag everyone up with him. Oh no, the Gargano escaped! Because Johnny's a bad guy.
Why did he cross his legs?
Because he's very relaxed.
He did it very deliberately. I don't know why he did that. I'm like, does it add anything, John?
It adds torque. That's what it is. You're right. It's all about the torque.
He's not even gonna do it this time.
No, he's trying to, but he's too exhausted from all the super kicks. Oh look, he's stopping him crossing the legs. He's stopping him crossing the legs, and he breaks the hold.
See, you should have done that in reverse order. To beat up the legs. Put the legs together.
Kick to the leg.
Oh my God, wrestling.
This is wrestling. Oh, sunset, whatever the fuck it's called.
What an amazing sell! I could tell he was in pain.
Oh, he didn't fall down this time.
I opened up the night by saying it, and I'm gonna close the night by saying it. Oh fuck, pro wrestling.
So what did you think of that match? It wasn't nearly as fun as the last one between these two.
No, not at all. Like, I saw the super kick match already. Please no more, thank you. This was fun the first time.
I mean,
you've done it again.
Well, no, I think
and you're going to do it a third time.
Well, I think this was a different match than the first one. I don't think this was more of the same. I think this was worse. I think that they took themselves really seriously in this one.
Well, there was definitely less crazy bullshit going on, but like, I just mean like it's the exact philosophy I expected from these guys, minus all of the shit minus all the split NT stuff. They tried to like just straight up do wrestling. And it's not very good when you do straight up pro wrestling when one guy doesn't know how to lay out a match and Adam Cole can throw a kick. Oh, and a Canadian Destroyer. I'm sorry, all Adam Cole fans. I apologize profusely. His Canadian Destroyer is really shit looking. But he can do it at least.
Yeah.
Also, shout out Drake Younger for getting his bump in.
He didn't catch him very well.
No, he got his one. Ah!
I love that they're replaying this.
The melodrama, buddy. The drama.
Also,
the deep characters here in NXT.
The story was that, in the 2 out of 3 falls match, who won the first fall? Cole. So, Johnny hasn't won a first fall against Cole.
No, that's actually a decent point, but I don't care.
Fine. I thought it was rough. I thought it was meh.
It's a decently interesting thing to think. Story. Like, I don't think it really adds anything. Like, it's just like, oh, fuck that Gargano guy.
Yeah. I think Gargano's fucked on the main roster. I think he's fucked in NXT. I don't know what you do with Gargano.
Are you kidding me? Vince sees Shawn Michaels these dollar signs.
He's too small.
He's like, you're just like the other Shawn Michaels. Where'd you go? Where'd you go? Tyler? Are you here? Dolph? Anybody still here? Where'd y'all go?
Where's all my Shawns?
Seth, what are you doing? And he's like,
I'm going to jail. So yeah, the Undisputed Era are back together. Right?
But they didn't win all the belts.
No, but they won. They're all very supportive of Adam. Except for Roddy's
but they didn't come out when he beckoned for them.
Yeah, but that was intentional. That was part of the plan, or something.
Something? Because we were supposed to know that somehow? Because, like, deep character.
Yeah. They would let. I mean, it's the same with Shayna, right? She left her goons in the back. So yeah, that show. What did you think of the show? See, that's the thing, right? Because the main event leaves a bad taste in your mouth, but the rest of the show was fine.
It really does, because I was going to say, and then I thought, that was fun most of the time. There are definitely certain bits in there that suffer a lot. And they suffer a lot. I can think of one match in particular I won't. I refuse to let its name escape my mouth. I think Baszler EO was very, very good. I thought Velveteen Breeze was fine. In before their tag team run, also. Street Profits, Forgotten Sons, Undisputed Era, Birch and Lorcan was fine. I thought it was good, actually. Mostly just for the big crazy spots, though. If you're looking for anything aside from big crazy fucking spots, you will not enjoy this. If you went in not expecting big crazy fucking spots, because, you know, the Forgotten Sons
were in the match,
you're gonna be shocked, actually, because Wesley Blake is still somewhere in there, like 170 pounds, even though he looks 240 now. All of it. His gut, by the way. No, his gut isn't as bad as when he initially debuted with the Forgotten Sons. When he initially debuted with the Forgotten Sons, holy shit. Like, that thing was massive. It was literally its own wrestler. There were 4 of them originally. And Roddy Riddle, match of the night, fucking great. Very well done stuff from both of them. Matt Riddle gets pro wrestling.
Cool. Well, I also would like to point out my new strategy that I've for some reason only just thought of. All takeovers should just be played in reverse.
I literally was looking at this show and I was just about to say, I'm like, this almost went in reverse order from, except for the women's match, should be just before, oh god, I saw 4 and I looked over and I tracked it over to Jericho Omega and I went, wait. What?
You were really into that Jericho Omega match.
They're deep characters, Putty. Kenny Omega just can't beat Chris Jericho or
something.
Maybe
he tweeted something about like not losing to a WWE guy, but John Moxley, and then just lost to Chris Jericho. Anyway,
here's my big question: does Jericho not see himself as both old and or a WWE guy?
No, I think he's like a 19-year-old indie guy. You know,
he's just genuinely convinced he's still like Lionheart coming from New Japan. Like, here I come. Like,
yeah, I mean, seriously. But I think most takeovers do have really fire opens. So yeah, from now on, I think I might try and playing takeovers in reverse. But other than that, Tucker is going to try and watch Best of the Super Juniors before the weekend. If he manages that, we'll be back then. If not, we'll have a New Japan wrap-up maybe next Tuesday, including Dominion. If we do manage to hit you on the weekend, we might still come back to you next Tuesday, including with Dominion, depending on what's going on. But yeah, other than that, go on.
There has been a leak here, I guess. on Ambrose's podcast with Jericho, Ambrose refused to say a line regarding Roman Reigns and his leukemia, right?
Mm.
It's popped up on Squared Circle. I don't know the legitimacy of this, but I'm going to say this because it's been shared here in a Discord I'm in, and people seem to think it's legit. The line about Roman that Dean Ambrose refused to say was, I don't know who's more of a dead man walking, Seth Rollins or Roman Reigns. The only difference is that I'm going to kill Seth Rollins, and God is going to kill Roman Reigns.
Fuck me, man.
Which, if Vince, you crazy son of a bitch, you must have been so fucking confident he'd... like,
oh, Jesus Christ.
God, I hope that's not real, but oh my God.
Part of me, I don't know what to feel about that.
I mean, like, literally, it's because Vince literally used it in their feud. Like, he literally used leukemia in the thing that very well could have killed him. Like, it's...
No.
Oh, God. It's just... Oh.
I think that's a good time to end off the show.
Yep.
We've talked a lot of wrestling today. We were watching a show while discussing other shows. We had some deeper talks. It's been fun. But at the end of the show, as always, we'd like to remind you to spray and neuter your pets. And
did you just say spray? Spray and neuter? Toss them around.
The dream has no memory of this. Thank you all for watching. I hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you on the weekend. Stay classy, Sandy.